the stage. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome to the No Cap Show. I am your host and your good sis, Pink Diva. I have dropped the link for my co host to come up. Happy Friday to everyone. Happy Friday. How is everybody doing? Did you have a good week? Okay, I am seeing some ones. I hadn't even added myself to the stage, y'all. I was just sitting here talking. I was just sitting here talking, but welcome. Thank you to everybody that is coming in. Please make sure you hit the like button as you're coming in. Hello to everyone that is joining us. We appreciate you for being here. I am sitting here while I'm waiting on my co-host, opening me a little bottle of Stella Rosa cranberry. What y'all sipping on? What y'all drinking? Hey, Aunt Debbie. Hello. Hey, sis.
Hey, let me
Aunt
close
Debbie,
this
I
other.
can't
Well,
hear
let me
you.
mute
Are
you.
you on mute, Aunt Debbie?
I'm here now.
Okay,
Hello.
I can hear
Hey,
you. Hey, ladies.
hi. I'm drinking Stella Red, and I left it in my kitchen. Let me go get it.
Red, girl, I'm drinking cranberry.
Stella Red for me. Where is
Aunt
it?
Debbie, you got your water?
I got my water right here.
You got your water?
Yes, Aunt Debbie. That's what we talking about.
Right. How y'all doing?
I,
Amazing. How are you?
Girl, I'm tired, but I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
No
Shout
complaints.
out
How
to
you feeling, Aunt Debbie?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm good. Don't do no good to complain. That just make things worse. Make you feel worse. So hey, it is what it is. I'm here. Thank God I'm here one more day. I'm
yes,
truly
ma'am.
grateful.
I know that's right. It's a blessing to be in the land of the living. Hello to everybody that is coming in. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the No Cap Show with my amazing co-host Aunt Debbie is in the house and my sis Chit Chat with QT. Thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate
Yes,
you all
thank
for being
you.
here. We appreciate you all for
Happy
being here.
Friday. Happy Friday to you guys.
Yes, happy Friday. It has been a long week. You hear me?
Hmm.
It has
But we
been a
made,
long
but we
week.
made it.
We
Yes.
made it. We
Uh-huh.
finally made it. So we can kick our feet up a little bit. Um, where we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hello to everybody that's in the chat. Hello. Again, this is the No Cap Show. And keep in mind, when we say no cap, that means it's the truth. But if we
Mm-hmm.
say cap, that means it's a lie. If it's cap,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lie. If it's no cap, that means they're telling the truth. And I have quite a few topics, but depending on how soon we get through each topic, we may or may not be able to get to the other one. So
Okay.
the first one, we're going to be talking about can cheating be justified? And I have a
Mm.
clip, but can cheating be justified?
Mm.
And I got some questions.
All
So let
right.
me get over here so I can get my screen. Let me put up my banner. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. All topics are for entertainment purposes only. The information presented in this live video shouldn't be taken as fact. Everything is alleged. Everything is alleged. So let me share my screen.
All right. Ooh,
Let
that's
me
gonna be a
share
good
my
one.
screen. Okay. Let me move the banner so you all can. Um, okay.
Can cheating be justified?
No. Kidding. When we link cheating and you think about the realm of cheating, that's an act of betrayal. That's utter disrespect. Okay. It's immoral. No one can justify that behavior. I don't care if they say, well, I was drunk or I was high or I slipped up or I messed up. You cannot justify, because if you're justifying something, that means that you're saying that this was morally correct. This was a decision that I made. You're fighting to prove that what you did was correct, that it was fair. It's not. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna move this in just a tad bit. When someone does something to you, whether they overstep your boundaries, they disrespect you, they hurt you, they betray you, whatever it is, they cannot justify that behavior. Don't allow people to over-explain or justify or try to argue their point. When a person makes that decision, especially when it comes to cheating, I don't care what no one says, in the back of their mind, they know that it's wrong. They know that they're betraying someone. They're doing something behind someone's back. If you really think about it that way, can someone explain to you? Can they over-explain? Because that's what justifying basically is. Can they explain to you, a person who's hurting, you're broken, you've been disrespected. Somebody can stand in front of you and say, well, this is the reason why I did it. Is that really going to matter? I don't know. Don't let nobody justify their behavior.
All right. All right.
All right.
That was juicy.
That was
Juicy. So do y'all think what she was saying is cap or no cap? Can cheating be justified? Cap.
Aunt Debbie?
Aunt Debbie, we'll start with you.
I figured, no, you can't justify cheating. So that's no cap. That lady, what she said was telling the truth. How somebody gonna tell you it's all right that I hurt you, and you should be all right with me hurting you? See, I didn't do nothing to you. You're gonna be all right. Then so you can go do it again. No, she right. No cap. No justification there. You know, you don't even have to explain to me. I'm gone. I'm explaining to myself. I on my way out the door because I love me.
Debbie say, on my way out the door. Okay, so Aunt Debbie said no cap. Sis, what do you think?
All right, I'm gonna try to be a little controversial tonight, and I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. We got
a
debate.
Yeah, look, this is what we're here for. Let me shake it up a bit. However, in my Kimmy's voice, the only way for me cheating is justified is if the other party gives the person permission, a hall pass. That happens. But if it's done in a way where you're actually, you didn't inform the other person, or you guys don't know, the other person doesn't know, that's cheating. But I think even if you have a hall pass and you step out, I think that's cheating as well. So that's the only reason why I said yes. So I'm going to say cap. Hello?
I'm here. Hello?
Okay, sis, I don't know if you muted.
I was. Okay. Chat. No cap or cap. Sis said cap. Aunt Debbie said no cap. Teresa says hall pass means you gave the permission.
That's what I said.
LaDon says no.
Okay.
Teresa says no cap. Sharon says no cap.
So let me ask you guys, is it cheating still if you have a hall pass? Because I think so. You know what I mean? Even if your spouse or your significant other gave you permission, let's say a couple friend of yours run across the guy out with the other chick that the wife gave them permission, that's going to be viewed as cheating to others. So that's why I said that. Yes, it's still cheating. Thank you, Betty.
It is. It's still cheating, even with the hall pass. It's still cheating. Do you think it's still cheating with the hall pass, Aunt Debbie?
I say certainly do. Who made up that hall pass crap? That's how people make up crap like that so they can justify to go do what they want to do. It's cheating. Cheating is cheating. If you step out, whether she say it's all right or not, it's still cheating. Right. I don't care how you look at it. It's still cheating. And me, I don't play hall pass. I don't care nothing about none of that kind of stuff. And if you done it, and I know you done it, you don't even have to explain. I ain't gonna stand there and listen no way, and I'm not gonna stand there and argue. What's done is done. I'm gone.
So
I
that means it's
agree.
capped in, Aunt Debbie.
Is no cap.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
So I have a question. Can there be exceptions to the rule when cheating is involved? Is cheating always wrong, or can there be exceptions to the rule? Sis?
Can there be exceptions? See, that's the thing. When it comes to relationships, it's only the two parties that's involved. Um, I would say no exception, no cheating, no nothing. You know what I mean? But if two people come together and they decide whatever, let's say one of the I want to say spouse, but it's people that just date. One of the parties, let's just go to the deep end, has a terminal sickness or something like that, but they're still able to live. I don't know. That may be a circumstance where that the other party may want to get somebody else to, you know what I mean, give them what they need or whatever. It's still absolutely wrong, but I do think there could be some exceptions.
Okay. What about you, Aunt Debbie? Do you think chat and also chat? Do you think there can be any exceptions to the rules when it comes to cheating? Aunt Debbie, what about you?
No exception to no what rule? Whose rule?
Debbie say, what rule? Who wrote the rule book? I agree, Aunt Debbie. I don't think that there could be any exceptions to the rule either. To
Good
me,
question, Teresa. I'm sorry.
cheating is cheating.
Mhm.
Yes, Teresa said, are threesomes considered cheating? Aunt Debbie, do you think threesomes are considered cheating?
And cheating is cheating. Yeah, whether it's
Because
three,
at this
four, or
point, it's
five, it's
both parties
cheating.
involved.
It's
Right,
still
both
cheating.
are.
They cheating. They cheating. Both of them cheating. Even though they doing together, they cheating together. They still cheating. I don't care
Mhm.
how many people you have involved. If you're doing it together or not, it's still cheating. Cheating is cheating. How you going? You can't turn it around. It is what it
Is
is.
that cheating though? I'm
It
curious
is
to what you're gonna
cheating.
have to
Yeah.
say, table topics. It's the parties that's involved that make their own rules. Is that really cheating?
I don't think, to me, well, for one, I'm not going to do a threesome, but I
Yeah,
feel
no, this
like
is
it's
not
like they're
personal.
both giving each other permission to do um the threesome, and they are
Mhm.
both equally participating in the threesome, like they're both there at the same time. So I don't view that as cheating because they're doing it
Me either.
together.
Me either.
I do
But
because
sis,
sooner or later they might have did it together. Down the line, you're gonna have an argument where you wanted me to do it and you started. I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't said so. So to me, both are equally one wrong and it's equally cheating. You
all
still
right.
cheating on one another.
All right, chat, what do you think? Gia says yes, having threesomes is big time cheating in her opinion.
That's deep. And I've never ever, let me clarify, never ever ever in life would never be involved in a threesome or give a hall pass.
I know
But
that's right.
again, I'm just thinking with permission, that's not cheating. If I say to my husband, I'm not feeling you right now, whatever the case may be. Oh, we could turn this into, oh shoot, I don't even know if I want to say that. Then I have to take back 2 years of commentary. But I was gonna say we can turn this into what Martell said that Mel said, but did she say it? That's the thing.
Right.
Remember, remember
When he
what
said
did he say?
go get you somebody.
Go get your girlfriend or something like that. Yeah. So
Hmm.
now scratch that. But if I'm having a conversation with my husband or whatever the case, it doesn't even mean I'm not feeling him right now. If I give him permission, in my opinion, with permission, that's not cheating. We know you are with someone other than the person that you're with. but that person said this is fair game. That person is not going to be hurt. That person gave permission. So how is that cheating? Hey, Sammy.
But I can see from what I agree, sis. But I can also see where Aunt Debbie is coming from too, because eventually emotions will take over somewhere down the line, and one of the two people are going to start feeling a certain kind of way. And it's just like what Royal said. It's still cheating, and someone else just said too. My degree is real. Said that's why it's a setup for a future problem.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I agree. Somewhere down the line eventually this will lead to issues in the relationship. And then also too, just looking at it from a different standpoint, to me, for an individual to even approach you with participating in a threesome or requesting a hall pass, to me this person's mindset is already, I want to cheat. So I
My
feel like it's cheating, because again, cheating can start mentally first before they actually step out and physically cheat. Obviously something mentally has already taken place to the point to where it's either some behind the scenes phone calls or sexting or something like that taking place. But I just find it hard to wrap my mind around a person who's really really satisfied in their relationship actually coming approaching you to say, hey, let's have a threesome, or hey, can I get a hall pass? Like, that's
Yeah.
something that my husband know. Boy, I wish you would. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it
But
has to
what
have
about the
just,
couples that's into that? We
well,
have whole
again, so there
swingers
are
clubs.
I was just about to say that there are couples who are into it, and it's a norm for them. So I guess I'm trying to understand, did you come into the relationship already with this mindset that was this talked about during the dating phase, that hey, I'm into threesomes, and that person was too, and you ended up becoming a couple that like to do these things? Or did we get together under the disguise that we were in a monogamous relationship, but then somewhere down the line, one of the two persons invited the whole threesome situation? I've never done it, so I don't know how it works.
Mhm.
I don't know what starts that topic of conversation in regards to threesomes. So it's very interesting to me. To those of you who have participated in threesomes, are there any of you in the chat? I would
Put
be
it in the
interested in
chat,
knowing.
child.
And
We
don't be
listen and we
capping.
don't
Don't
judge.
don't be capping, because if
We
y'all
listen.
done it, don't
Uh-huh.
be capping.
We listen and we don't judge. Put
We
it in the
listen
chat.
and we don't judge.
Hmm. Let us know.
Let us know, because I want to know how it works. I'm not interested at all, because I'm a very selfish person when it comes to the person that I love and the person that
Yeah,
I'm
I think
in
we
a
all are.
relationship with. Sharing is a
Hmm.
no-go for me, and cheating is a deal breaker for me. So threesomes would never be a thing for me.
Yeah.
But again, we listen and we don't judge. Teresa said they both laying in bed together with the person they choose. It's set up for a future disaster, but they agreed to do it. Hey, Neva.
Hey, Neva P.
Rose said it's letting him cheat in peace. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Royal said it will lead to trust issues. I agree. Indigo Girl says, although a threesome is a decision made by the couple, it's a form of cheating. There is no justification for cheating. A couple should be satisfied with each other. Otherwise, they should end it.
Mm-hmm. But what if they not? What if they aren't? Or what if they just freaky dicky? You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Because it's
again,
a
I'm
lot of people that like that freaky stuff.
right, and I'm speaking from the outside looking in on that, but that's a big world. So that means that
Mhm.
a lot of people are okay with other parties being involved in their actual activities and things like that. It's a real big world.
It
You know what I
is.
mean? So I think just stepping outside of myself and what I would do in reality, people are down for this. That's justification. It's still cheating, but they all are okay. So I don't think people look at it like it's cheating. We may because we don't do it, but yeah, it's still cheating, but it's their decision, you know?
agree.
Well, they got on the soap opera. They got something like that going on since you brought that up. Now
Mm-hmm.
this couple is married. It's a
Mm-hmm.
guy and a girl. They married to each other, but they chose to bring another young lady into it, and they was having threesomes. Now both ladies are catching feelings for each other.
What soap opera is that, child?
Beyond the gates.
Oh, that show you guys watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
So
the
now they
ladies are catching feelings for each other.
right,
Okay.
and they want to see each other without the guy. But one lady is married to the guy. She said that we don't do nothing without each other. Now, when he found out that his wife slipping off with the other person, and and he don't know, that's gonna bring us some trouble. See, that's gonna start some trouble. And I
Okay.
believe now this is just what I believe it gonna happen. Them two ladies gonna step out. That man gonna get mad, and the young lady that's in the threesome, she come from a well-to-do family. They gonna start blackmailing her, and they'll do it as a couple, and it's gonna cause a scandal. Um, if you single, that's the best time to do your threesomes and all this kind of stuff. Or if you get married, then you marry, you let people know before you marry, I'm a swinger. Are you a swinger too? If not, we need to discuss this before we get married. Because some
Okay,
people
stop
might
right
just
there
want
on
to
Debbie.
swing from trees.
But stop right there on Debbie. You just said before they get married, if they say, "Hey, I'm a swinger," and the other one say, "Hey, I'm a swinger too," and they
Mm-hmm.
still decide to get married, on Debbie, is that still considered cheating? Both parties agree.
It's cheating, but you got to understand it.
Okay.
If you with a person and you step outside of that, that's cheating. That's
Mm,
cheating. I don't care if you're a swinger, a doorknob. That's cheating. You
mm.
know, even if you and your spouse get together and say, we want to have another person and bring them in, that's still cheating on each other. Don't make it right because you both agree on it. It's still wrong.
All right.
So does cheating just apply to relationships? So let's
Like I said, if you
because
single,
we're saying that it's not justified like in relationships. Is cheating on anything else justified?
Like,
Because if it, or how do we determine what's justifiable when cheating comes to play and what's not?
well, I would say not. We have a commandment that's "Thy shall not." Well, it don't say. The first thing came to my mind. They don't say "Thy shall not cheat." Well, in a way, honor, but yeah, cheating is cheating. Period. If you cheat on a test, that's cheating. If you cheat and get in front of somebody in the line, that's cheating. You know what I mean? Cheating is
Hmm.
cheating to me.
Cheating on a test, that's cheating.
Right? That's cheating.
Walking out of your corporate job with some toilet paper that you didn't buy.
Uh-huh. That's cheating. And your
but
ass is
but
bad if I
I got a question. I got a question now.
Okay.
What if you married and you bring a robot into the situation?
Woo, child.
I said it turn on my hair. I had to come back closer. Absolutely not. No, man.
Don't be talking
How
about
is that
Rob.
cheating though? Oh my goodness. Sis, that just opened this up though. Because let's say you buy a robot. Shout out to SKR, bro.
Shout out to you,
Or
SKR.
or just a rose or a little tickler.
Uh-huh,
Is
uh-huh.
that still cheating? It's not your mate that's pleasing you.
You
It's
know
somebody
what?
else.
In my
Come
opinion,
on, Debbie.
a great question, Aunt Debbie, and you're right, sis. Because in my opinion, I think it is. I remember when I was when me and my husband was getting ready to get married, and child, he had found Bob in the top drawer, and he was like, "Oh, we won't be needing this," and he basically was offended by it. Some men get offended with their women having like those little toys because they feel like um, you may feel like they're not satisfying you. So toys were a no go. My husband didn't. He didn't appreciate the fact that I had me a Bob in the top drawer, y'all. And if y'all don't know who Bobby is, it's a battery operated boyfriend.
Mhm.
But I do.
Look,
So
look,
my
all of us have sinned. If we gonna, if you
right.
pleasure, look now, if if you pleasured
Let those
yourself
that
or
have not
whatever,
sinned cast the first stone.
right, right. So I think everybody in the chat is cheaters, then, child. Gonna
I
keep it
agree.
real.
What you think, Debbie? Do you think the toys is considered cheating?
Mm-mm.
That's just like that robot. Wait a minute. I guess if you got a mate, it's could be considered. Yeah, it's cheating. It's cheating because you
Uh-huh.
cheating on him with that. But if you single, I guess it's all right to have all these toys and
But
robots and
there's
all this type of stuff.
there's some couples that may dibble and dabble with a couple toys together. They got something where the man could slip it on, and you know, I don't want to get too much into it. So is that cheating? Because if so, you guys, I'm calling cap on y'all. If y'all say that that's not cheating, I'm calling cap on what you said earlier.
Hell, toys.
See?
I would say that's cheating. Cause what if the husband get jealous of the toy or the robot?
Right.
That's cheating.
Nowhere.
Look
Look,
at
this
Teresa talking about, oh Lord, I thought I was a good girl. We all done
see,
cheated.
we done sin, child. Forgive me, Lord. Look, if he get jealous on Debbie, yeah, that's crazy because I think that a lot of women can say, well, look, what would you rather me do? Would you this has nothing to
LaDawn
do with
said it's
you.
not cheating. LaDawn said it's
This,
not cheating.
what if I
No, she did.
forgot
She
what I
said,
was
I'm
about to
never
say. Go
telling on
ahead.
myself.
She said up further. She said she's it's not cheating. I'm trying to find her comment. Then she said she wasn't telling. She said no, not cheating. Hey, Girlfriend Chronicles. Hey, Cricket. Hello to everybody that's coming in. So, what y'all think? Cap or no cap? Having a little toy while you're married, or we can say in a monogamous relationship. Do you think having the toys is still considered cheating?
Well, they do the same thing your mate would do, so I guess that's considered cheating.
Well, Brittany Janae say it's an object, not a person, so she don't consider it as cheating. Girlfriend Chronicles said the toy is not cheating either. All right. I don't know, y'all. So I guess you're looking at it as if you're just pleasuring yourself then, right? Um, okay, we got a lot of no, I don't think it's cheating. Okay, Rose. Rose said it's pleasing yourself.
But isn't
Girlfriend,
that what your mate's supposed to do? See,
that's true.
I would, to me, that's cheating.
Okay, now. So what if y'all, because y'all do know that they make the little toy for the men, right? So what if you walk in and your man have a little toy? Will you think he's cheating? Will you feel some kind of way? Does it go
I
both
will,
ways?
especially if he tell me, yeah, I'll say you cheating. And you should have told me you had, that's what you like. You ain't, why you ain't tell me about all that?
Look
That's
at
cheating.
LaDawn talking about sometimes he don't always hit the mark. Well, you got to tell him, LaDawn. You got to tell him where you like it at. You got to tell him. Okay, my next question. If the one of the persons in the relationship is feeling ignored in the relationship, does that make cheating more understandable? If, say for instance, if I go and if I voice to my husband that I feel like he's not giving me enough time, not paying me any attention, and then if I go out and cheat, does that make cheating understandable? As to, will you be able to understand why I did what I did? Am I able to justify it in that manner?
Hell no.
I mean,
No
because we've
justification.
heard on several occasions how people
I'm
feel
muted.
will use that as an excuse as to why they cheat because they felt like you know she wasn't paying me any attention or he wasn't paying me any attention, and so they cheated.
That to me, that sounds like an excuse to do what you wanted to do in the first place. You know, nobody said a marriage would be perfect,
Oh, okay. Thanks, girlfriend.
but you don't just step out cause things not going right. Cause that's only adding more fuel to the fire. It's only making more trouble for you. You're ignoring you, so you got a problem. Then when you go step out, there's another problem, and that's not solving the problem.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's just making more problems. So
I
I
agree.
say it's not good to do that just cause y'all having a down patch that gives the other party a chance to go and cheat. I think it's wrong. And I think that's what the person wanted to do, and they just using that as an excuse when they really want to do it all the time.
I
Okay,
agree.
you agree, sis?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because communicate. If you're not getting what you need emotionally and all of that, there's no justification to cheating. Period.
No justification to cheating. Okay. So my next question is what counts more as cheating? Physically cheating, or emotionally cheating?
All of them.
Both.
Both of
Yeah.
them. Chat,
Yep.
what y'all think? Which one counts more as cheating, physically or emotionally? I feel like if you are cheating emotionally, you've already physically stepped out. Like,
Emotionally could be worse.
because, right,
Hmm.
I agree. Mama V says, leave me if I'm not pleasing you.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Get your hat and coat. I agree.
Yeah, and in
I,
order to have an emotional connection, there's a lot of excuse me, communication and texting and getting to know the other person that way. So a lot of times that could be worse than a normal not normal because none of it is normal, but that could be worse than, let's say, a hit it and quit it. You know what I mean? They went out and had a one night stand with somebody, but if they built up a connection where they've been talking and all of that, yeah, you know, still cheating.
still cheating. Okay. Um, let's see. Next question. Have you ever known of someone who cheated and you kind of understood why they cheated? Because this is kind of leading us to, are we looking at it as justifiable versus not being justifiable? So anybody that you have, friends, family members, BFFs, or whomever, do you know of anybody that has cheated before and you understood why they cheated? Let's say, for instance, one of your girlfriends came and told you that, let's say their mate was cheating. So they went out and did some revenge cheating. Do you think revenge cheating is justifiable? Aunt
It's
Debbie?
I don't think it's justifiable, and it might not be right.
Because
But
sometimes we'll get our lick back.
that's what I'm saying. Especially depending on who it's with. It could be good looking. Hell, gone. Wait a minute, you did it. What's good for
Aunt
the goose, good for
Debbie.
the gander.
Look, we got a lot of angels in the chat now.
We do.
Y'all,
Y'all capping.
I had to pull.
Y'all capping. Because I know some of y'all done got y'all lick back in this chat. I know some of y'all got y'all lick back. Y'all hit him where it hurt.
All I'm saying, what's good for the goose, good for the gander.
Capping.
If he start here, okay, God, well, then our bets are off because he broke it first. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, what's good for the goose, good for the gander.
That's very true. LaDawn talking about she plead the fifth. Uh-huh. I know it's some more that's right along with you, LaDawn. Girlfriend Chronicle says, now let me ask, what if someone was physically not able to please you? Like the one lady, she thinks her name was B something, and her
Mm-hmm.
caregiver was messing with her husband. Still cheating, Girlfriend Chronicles.
Yep, and I mentioned that earlier. You know, she was sick with a terminal illness. He moved the chick in the house.
Mm.
Very disrespectful to me, but that's still cheating. He said his wife understood and gave permission and all of that, but yeah, that's still cheating.
Still cheating.
And how could he be so disrespectful to move lady in the house? His wife there sick, and that's what he thinking about. Come, oh Lord, have mercy. That's a betrayal of the worst kind.
I agree on
Mhm.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Royal says there is no understanding in cheating, love or leave. I agree.
Love
That's
or
great.
leave.
Love me or leave me.
Spice
Vanessa,
it up a bit. Anybody in the chat, have you ever cheated? We listen and we don't
we
judge. Because
listen and we don't judge. We
I'm
just put
trying
it
to
up
see if
there.
I,
I have in
I
a
have to. I gonna tell you, I did not cheat a
look,
minute.
'cause I'm trying to see, am
listen.
I in a Sunday service or what? This is
Listen,
Friday night and I
I
know.
was a get back queen. I'm getting my lick back. So I have. LaDawn, don't be pleading no fifth. Anybody else in the chat? Have you cheated? Have you
Yes.
cheated?
I
Samantha, don't be covering your eyes up, sis.
have.
I know. I have. I have. I sure have.
Right.
April
So
says
that
she's
goes to
guilty of getting her lick
Debbie.
back.
Can you hear me, sis?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Debbie, that goes to what you said earlier then. Dog it. Every time that happened, I forget what I was just about to say. Sure. What you just say, Debbie? Do you
Yeah,
remember?
because it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. When your mate break that vow of the covenants that y'all had, the agreement, then all
Mm-hmm.
bets are off.
Right, right. Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say in response to that. That's okay. Go ahead.
You know, hey, it is what it is. Why he out, you think I'm sitting at home knitting?
Not a friend of his girlfriend. Now,
I Debbie
child,
said,
that's a bit much,
who's stepping in while you stepping out?
baby.
Hell, and especially if you know, folks, you gorgeous and everything, and he break the vow, and you know, and you gotta take care of yourself, gotta do what's best for you. Like I say, what's good for that goose is good for that gander. Ain't nobody sitting at home knitting, crying over
I
no
know that's
ninja.
right.
Hell no, I'm going out too.
Two could play that game. It's a whole movie about it.
Shall we and play it very well.
Mm-hmm.
I
Eh,
agree.
But you might not like the consequences. Cause some people want to stay starved, they ain't gonna stop.
Or they may like it there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna go ahead and leave. You know, at
Yeah,
first it was a get back, but that get back got my back broke. So, you know, I'm out
Mm,
of here.
mm, mm.
that get back ain't coming back. I'm just gonna do me after that.
Debbie
I'll
said,
be
"Yes,
honest with you.
coming
Baby.
Broke, okay, you broken, but
back."
I'm out and gone. I'm finna do what I want to do. And I'm not gonna be with you and knowing we both doing this, might well break up. So I go do me real good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No
I'll
need to
holler at you.
stand.
I'll
Right.
holler. I throw the deuces up, I'm gone. And I give myself a divorce. Damn the lawyer. They take too long. I got to go.
But Sammy, you didn't take it to the grave, sis. We already know about emojis that you did. Talking about,
Right.
and I'm gonna take it to the grave. You took it right to this chat.
You just told on
You
yourself,
told us. Oh.
Sammy. Yes, Mama V. His wife had dementia.
Yeah. Ooh,
Angela
we was
said
tearing that
she was
man
cheating.
up. Do you remember that situation, sis?
Uh-huh. I
Baby,
remember.
we was tearing that man up on Twitter. I
Girl,
think that was the Twitter days.
it
Told
was.
him up. He was so disrespectful. You know, just he used his wife in her time of need like that. And
Mm-hmm.
he actually started flaunting the other woman around. They even went on Oprah, didn't they? I
They
think
went
he
on
took
one of
the
those
other lady
reality
on
shows.
Oprah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See, that's some low down crap there. And I don't think much of the woman because she was supposed to be the caregiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. That's how she started.
See, that's some dirt. That's dirty. That's all around low downness right there. Low down, dirty heartedness. You know what I'm
Then
saying?
they have grown kids. Them kids should have got
Yeah.
at her.
They should have
You
towed her
know?
up.
And
Yes.
him too.
Yes, and him especially. Daddy
I,
and mom.
I, I would disown my daddy, and he said something. I be want. I know you. Look, go on now, cause you make it. I can't. You ain't my daddy no more.
Mhm.
I agree. I agree. Um, Ladon says, "Does it count if you never got caught?" Yep. Yes, Ladon.
LaDonna asked and cheated too. All that I
You,
plead the
she
fifth.
been saying so much.
I plead the fifth. Girl, if you don't go ahead on somewhere, you and Sammy in
Somebody
the
would
same
count if
boat.
you would get caught.
Yeah, y'all
Well,
done told on yourself.
but that's the thing. Most women don't get caught. Most women
Period.
don't because women are super smart. They are, we super smart with doing stuff. We don't get off track. The thing that gets men caught up is their whole day starts to change. They start
Everything.
doing things that they wouldn't normally do. When they normally would not even turn their phone on silent. Now all of a sudden he taking the phone in the bathroom, in the laundry room, and everywhere else, or his
Hmm.
schedule changes. He used to not even get dressed for work, and then all of a sudden now he wearing his Sunday best to work on Fridays. And
All
but
his
women,
patterns
Hmm.
change.
right? Women's pattern still stays the same.
Cool as a cute, and I'm not a cheater, but I have cheated. But
Mm-hmm.
cool as a cucumber. Men won't know you cheated majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to a woman, unless you tell them, and that
Mm-hmm.
means you just want to hurt they hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
But
never
And
that's
sometimes
surface
when
stuff.
women want you to know when women cheat and they want you to know they about to leave your ass, and then they
Absolutely.
checked out. They done checked out.
Mhm.
So hey, it ain't nothing you can do about that. It's over with, Charlie.
What if there is no guilt? And if you know that Charlie is a shy town, shy town.
Damn it, say Charlie.
That's shy town all day. But what if there is no guilt? What if he cheated on you? You got your get back. I don't feel bad about nothing. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That.
And typically we don't feel bad about it, especially if we on some get back type stuff. We won't feel bad about it. Sometimes
Mm-mm.
relationships, sometimes I have seen situations where there was cheating in a relationship and they did, stay together, work it out, and went on to live their happily ever after. But I do know sometimes there are where cheating is involved. It's a deal
The
breaker. Like
deal
for me,
breaker.
cheating is a deal
Hmm.
breaker for me. It's a no, because I feel like if you did it once, you'll do it again. I don't believe that forgiving a person after cheating, then they'll do better and be better going forward, because I know I wouldn't be able to look past it. So I don't stay in it. I wouldn't stay in it.
I would need it because I don't trust you no more. And I'm gonna go for what I know. And I'm just gonna be honest about it. I'm gonna go for what I know. You did it, you started it, it's over. You might well let me go because I ain't finna act right. I'm
Yeah.
finna do me. And if I want something I want, I don't care about if you know, see, or what. If you see, act like you don't, cause I'm done with you. But I ain't gonna be nowhere around you nowhere, cause I'll leave in a minute. I ain't
Yeah.
got time. Hell, I'm gone.
Yeah, and you can't play those type of games. Look, and,
Especially
and
these days.
I was born in the 70s, but I hear some things about the 70s where people were just free and able to do this. But I saw, and I may do some commentary on it, a YouTube video. I haven't watched it yet, but just from the title, it said he gave me HIV. You know what I'm saying? From cheating. So yeah, in the end, the gains aren't worth it. The get back is not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you may feel good. I'm gonna show him, or whatever the case may be, but you can end up with something that you can't get rid of, and you can just go ahead and get rid of him. You know.
That's true.
Right.
And
'Cause
if
then
you
you
go
always
cheat,
tell
at
you some
least
protection
use
to use it.
protection.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, protection. But let's look. Condoms break, and
Mhm.
that all depends. So you can still sort of set yourself up for something that's bad. So
That's true. That's very true. Square Biz says, nope, she has never cheated, but she's been cheated on. Girl, you didn't get your lick back?
girl.
Girl,
The baby girlfriend chronicles was walking through campuses and
look, girl.
looking at the other guy, act like ain't nothing happened, baby. That's what I'm talking about, sis.
I know because Girlfriend Chronicles say she did it with a friend of his that she knew had a crush on him. Girl, now that would have hurt his heart if he'd have found that one out. That would have hurt his heart.
Two could play that game.
April says her ex was for the streets and you had to show him. He didn't like it one bit.
Yeah, they heartbeat caved in. I told my husband because he had cheated.
They can't take what they
He
dish.
he said, "You did?" I mean, I'll never forget the look on his face. His eyes bucked out. I sure did. When I flew home to Chicago, I told him, I ain't telling the details, but you remember when I went home for my cousin's funeral? It was then. Absolutely. And when I told him, it was about 3 years later. So yeah, still wouldn't have known if I wouldn't have said something.
Yeah, they never know. They don't ever be knowing. Girlfriend Chronicle says, "Who's making love to your old lady while you out making love?" I
While
know
you
that's
was
right.
out, yes, ma'am. That's that
I'm
song.
saying, I'm saying, you better watch old Johnny coming over there, your neighbor. He know you cheating. He
Oh,
been looking at you for a long time, baby. I'm telling you, the men slow down too now.
It
oh,
is, and especially they friends. And sometimes it be their friends that know that they have a good woman at home, and when they go
yes.
cheat, them friends be right at the back door.
Yep.
Cause I
Yep.
had an
Uh-huh.
ex that had a friend. He was telling me everything.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Trying to get
telling me
in there.
he was trying to get in there. Them
I wish
friends
I
be
would have had this video. Man, I just watched it this week. It was a husband, a wife, and their two sons. And somehow they was just taping in the house because this was caught on camera. I guess it probably was their, monitoring camera for inside the home. But the
Mhm.
little boy walked up to his dad and said, "Mommy took," and this dad spazzed out.
Mm.
"Mommy took us to that man house or
Ooh.
something," and they were clear. And the dad asked that little boy about 5 times, "What did you say?" It was kind of hard to hear what he said. "What did you say? What did you say?" As soon as he said that first, "What did you say?" the wife was sitting next to the other son who was older, and she sort of grabbed him and pulled him near her. And anyway, the dad ended up asking the other son, he said, "And you bet not lie to me. What did he say?" And the older son said, "Mommy been taking us over to whoever the other guy's house is." Took the kids over there while she was cheating. That man,
Mm,
that man was visibly shaking, visibly shaking.
mm, mm, mm.
Well, maybe she was taking them so they can meet their new daddy.
Mm, I
Not
don't
the
know,
new
child.
daddy, Debbie. Oh, okay. So next question. Do you think it's considered cheating? Let's say for instance, if you've had the conversation that, okay, we're going to end the relationship, the two of you had a conversation and said that we don't think it's working out and we're going to go our separate ways. However, you haven't gone your separate ways yet, still living in the same household, no paperwork has been filed, or any of that. Do you still think it's cheating if one of them goes out and sleep with someone else after they've had the conversation that they think it's best that they go their separate ways, but they still haven't gone their separate ways yet, but one of them go out and sleep with someone else? Is that still considered cheating? Is that justifiable if they went and slept with someone else?
I
And you
want Aunt
say,
Debbie to answer because
I,
that's gonna go back to the initial. What's your answer, Aunt Debbie?
now you say they don't have to talk now,
they
and
have
they
not.
agree it's over, right?
That's what they said, but they have not made any physical moves yet.
Mhm,
Still
mhm,
living under the same roof
mhm.
and all of that. They have not separated yet. but they had the conversation.
Well, if they had the conversation, they might be together because one got to find a place to get their money right. But if you say it's over, it's over. You free then. You out of the agreement. So I
Not with that
think,
paper. Oh, go ahead.
but when you married, you're right. I see.
I'm trying to set you up on that because I was gonna say, but wait a minute on that because earlier you said I'm over here writing it down so I can remember. Go ahead
but
on
if
that.
you got papers on each other, then you still technically is you still in agreement and you can't. But
Not
once
today's
people say it's over, it's over. They don't care nothing about that paper. They be gone, and that's real life. Cause they be done cheated before they even got that far. Somebody has, you know. But it's you still in a legal binding. You ain't supposed to do that. But how many people that say they're gonna leave each other
and
and
don't.
they ain't filed the paperwork and they still be honest and keep themselves to themselves with their mate? That rarely happens because once you decide to break up, people consider it over with. And they look at that the paperwork has just not been filed or it's not over with yet, but they go on with their lives. You see a lot of people in marriages do that. They give themselves a separation. Once they say we ain't gonna make it, it's over with. They go and live their separate life, even though they still under that paper and that agreement.
So you saying that is not cheating?
And if you still in the same house, yeah, it's cheating. It's cheating. I can't even say
It's
it ain't.
cheating, but are
It's
you saying
cheating.
it's cheating, but it's justifiable?
There ain't no
But my
justifiable in it. You still cheating.
yeah,
You just you need to get that divorce so you can make it legal. Cause long as you married, it's still cheating.
yeah. And that's my answer. It's a lot of people that say, yeah, we done. We done. And sleeping in separate bedrooms and all of the above. And I don't care if you go out here and do this or that. And then eventually they may come back together and decide we're going to go ahead and stay. So if you've been out there slanging and banging every other block, then that's still cheating to me. So if we are still legally married, that's cheating. Period.
Okay,
Yeah,
But
that's cheating.
Debbie, if you would have justified that, then I would have said, well, hey, that means that we came to this agreement. That's the same as a threesome. It's an agreement. We all cheating together. It's an agreement. I gave you a hall pass, and now you're cheating. So you know what I'm saying? That's why it's still cheating to me.
It's still
okay,
cheating. I agree with that. It's still cheating.
okay. So it's still cheating. So we're saying that it's not it's cheating until the divorce is final. Does that mean, just like Bristol Royal is saying, if the paperwork is not filed, it's cheating? So filing the paperwork only, you can still go out and sleep with
No.
someone else, or does the divorce have to be final?
I would say final. Look, it depends on and I don't even want to say morals because
Mm-hmm,
people do them. They live how they want to live, and I don't want to step on anyone's toes. To
mm-hmm.
me, married is married until that ink is if that judge stamped that divorce. You're still married, but we do know of situations where people are separated, not divorced yet, paperwork filed, going to court for their divorce. They've already started other relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm. That's what I say. 'Cause, it depends on the individuals, the
right?
two people. Because some people say, well, once we say it's over, they gone. Yeah, some people don't even go file. They just break up.
Yep.
True, Debbie. That's very true, and be living separate lives, totally different homes, and everything else, and still
Especially
legally
3 days. They be
married.
gone. You put them 3 days. After 3 days, they go. It's over with.
That's right.
I agree. Girlfriend Chronicle says, as soon
Mm.
as you say we're done, it's fair game. Are they married or dating? If there's no marriage is not cheating. I agree. If
Oh,
they're not married,
yeah. They
if they're
broke up.
not married. You can
Right,
do.
if you're not married, then it's broke up. But if you're
Mhm.
married, and well, I'm gonna tell you about me. I'm gonna say this. I left after 3 days. I
We
told the
know
marriage
it,
certificate up and I was gone. I gave myself a divorce. Cheating or cheating, I didn't give a damn about none of that. I went and lived my life. I was done. I sure did.
I definitely say I was out in 3 days. Girlfriend Chronicles say, what if he live in the basement? Is it still considered cheating? It's
Ah,
still considered cheating, sis. It's
it-
still considered cheating. Angela says we've all sinned and come short of God's glory, and self gratification is a sin. So I would say it is cheating. I
well,
agree.
if what I did was cheating, I cheated.
I have to. I had to ask the Lord to forgive me because I sure did.
Baby.
Well,
Same,
I better ask
Teresa.
him tonight because I ain't never
With
asked God
with
to forgive
with
me
my
for that.
ex. Let's be clear. With it was with my ex, but definitely for sure.
Yeah,
Before the
same
ink,
with Teresa. I'm
look,
sorry, go ahead.
before the ink dried.
Okay. Teresa say break up to make up. That's all we do. And
Uh
we cannot act like, I know a lot of us, we want to put the best out here, especially when we on social media. But sometimes you just gotta really be honest. Everybody in this chat know that not everybody, but it's a lot of us that's gone through some of these situations, and it's okay. None
huh.
of us are perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, sis, you filed that paperwork and hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, when I left, I gave myself a divorce. If I cheated, I'd never think about that. Ask God to forgive me for that. Maybe I should. But hey, it is what it is.
Ow! Aunt Debbie. How long before you filed, Aunt Debbie? Because a lot of people stay separated for years. You guys went through my process with me, baby, and I went immediately. But Aunt Debbie, how long after the 3-day marriage did you get it annulled? Because that's definitely an annulment.
I didn't do nothing but leave. He got in touch with me like 5 or 6 years later, and
Mm.
he said he was going down there to get a free divorce because he was gonna tell them I abandoned him, deserted him.
Oh
I
Lord.
told him to go right on down there and get
Do
it.
what you got to do,
So
brother.
my brother told me you need to go down there. And I told him I ain't going down there and do shit. I don't want to mess nothing up. Let him get it.
I
Cause
know
I
that's
been
right.
got me one.
Yeah, mentally you were divorced. I feel you.
Oh, I'm sure was. As soon as I left out the door, never came back. It was over there.
Mm-hmm. And Debbie, you should have stayed to that 10-year mark. You can get them social security benefits.
I don't want nothing kind of
Let me
benefits
say
he got.
3 days.
Uh-uh. That's too long. I ain't gonna be able to put up with him that long. Like I say, anytime a man look better going than he do coming, I can't be
Hmm.
bothered. I didn't like him. It
Yeah.
wasn't gonna last. When I'm end up in the jail, I had to go. I'm out of there. I'm sorry. Now I had to go. I ain't never repented. Said God, I did so. I ain't never do none of that. I just left.
Yeah.
And when he got in touch with me, them 6 years later, I was on with something and doing something else. And hey, I told him, go on down there and tell them folks whatever you want to tell them. Get it, cause I been got mine. And I hung up the phone. I didn't give a damn.
Mm.
Somebody in the chat said earlier you find your future spouse while separated. Who was that?
I missed that one.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was earlier, so I'm scrolling, but I don't see
Find
it.
your future spouse while separated.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
That's true too. That's
Yeah,
true.
it
I was
definitely could
single for
happen.
2 years before I got into another relationship. When
Yeah.
I divorced my ex, it was 2 years, and I think it
Hmm.
takes us, around that amount of time because we have a lot of stuff to get together and to put back
Hmm.
in order, and you have to relearn yourself
Hmm.
all over again. You have to get accustomed to just being by yourself for one. You have to then get accustomed to being the head of the household. You have to take on the chores that the man once had, and you have to do all of those things by yourself. So it took me a minute before, and I didn't even really think about like a relationship because I was too busy trying to get my ish together.
And
Yeah.
I'm currently in that space. I
Mm-hmm.
did see a post though the other day that fits me to the T. It was a lady, and I'll probably share it one day this week. But she said that she has the boyfriend experience without the boyfriend. So that's me when I go on dinner dates or go to the movies or something. But I'm not. There's no titles. There's no hanky panky. We're not getting down in the bedroom or anything. But it's been July will be 2 years since I separated, and then this past February is 1 year divorce. And yeah, I'm not in a rush for any of that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
exactly where you just mentioned. I got a handyman though that come and do the mail chores. I ain't about to do all that now.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Um,
Angela, you cheated before, sis? Yeah, it's not, it
that's
happened.
okay. We listen and we don't judge. We've all
That's
been there.
right.
We ain't always been saints.
I have. I'm telling y'all.
We ain't always been saints. We've been some ain'ts.
Some saints and sinners at the same
Yes,
time,
yes,
baby.
indeed. Gonna bust hell wide open. You hear me?
Go to church and call him my guy as soon as I'm leaving.
I would sitting there texting it while you in there.
He like, hey, I got a couple hours. I told the husband I was gonna stay after church, but
Right.
meet me.
Hey, Kimberly, thanks for joining. April says, when my ex and I agreed to divorce, I didn't give a damn where he did what he did. I just wanted him
Mm,
gone. We did sleep in separate rooms and he was cut off. We filed the
mhm,
paperwork and he left.
mhm.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Has
that was
anyone
Vanessa. There's her message. People find their future spouses in separation. It was Vanessa.
okay, Vanessa. Has anyone filed while you were still living in the same home? Because I did. I did. 2 months before I told him you gotta go. And he still had the hope, but I didn't. Anyone else have you done that?
When I did mine, let me see. Were we still in the same house? Um, oh, it's been so long ago. I can't even remember. I know I was moving out. Um, I think I had, but that Negro was dodging them divorce papers being served, child. He was dodging getting served. Um,
Hmm.
I think I had moved out though. I want to say I moved out in the middle of the night. He worked third shift, and I moved out while he was at work. And he came home, I was gone. But the thing is, I had already started moving out before I physically moved out. I had started taking pictures and stuff off the wall. Like he didn't even notice. That's just how much some
Oh.
men don't pay attention. He hadn't even
Mhm.
noticed that stuff was missing. I was just packing up stuff little bit by little bit and just taking it to the new space. And he had no idea that I had started
Mhm.
moving stuff out.
Mhm.
But
I
I
got my
think
husband's name covered. A whole tattoo on my wrist where his name once was while we were still together. Again, and at that point, I don't even know if I had filed for divorce. Maybe I had just filed or something.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, he said, "Well, see, I knew you was up to something when you did that." Duh. If I cover your name,
You know it's a wrap.
what else you supposed to know? I knew. See, you've been planning this. Absolutely. Planned it to a T.
Can
I
I
wonder
ask
why
you?
they say that because my ex said that too, said that I had planned it because when I left, I told him he could keep everything. I didn't want to take anything outside of the little stuff I had already started moving, which was my personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he just automatically assumed that I was moving in with another man when I told him that
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want anything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that was his thing. You've been planning it. Well, it's not that I was planning the divorce because who plans to get divorced when you get
Right.
married? I
Right.
didn't plan to divorce, but I planned to set
My
myself
exit.
up. That was my exit. And what person does not plan the exit? I have to strategically plan the exit. For one, I didn't want him to know where I lived, so I had to be very strategic when I was moving out, which is why I moved out at night while he was at work, because he would have followed me. And probably for like the first 6 months after the divorce, and I had actually moved, I never could just come straight home after work. I kind of always had to detour and ride through the city just in case he was following me, because he was one of those. He would be sitting out in the parking lot at my job. He was determined to find out where I live. So they be on some crazy stuff. April says she was single for 3 years after her divorce before she started dating again. It takes us a minute, because especially with me, I just felt like, wow, is this what I was missing? Single life was amazing.
I love it
for
here.
me. Right. I was like, this is amazing. You could come in the house and you didn't have to turn your phone on silent. You didn't have to worry about him ear hustling when you were on the phone. And I came home to peace. That was the most important thing for me, being able to walk through the doors. And I know everything was just how I left it when I left. And it was peace when I walked through the door. That right there was the main thing that just really made me happy, being able to walk through the doors and it was peaceful. Hey, Bad Apple.
Teresa Wright asked me a question. She asked me how did he get divorced, or I still might be married.
You still may be married, Aunt Debbie.
No.
You get your papers. Aunt Debbie may still be a wife.
That's right. A whole wife, Aunt Debbie.
A whole wife up here on this panel.
You better get you one of Tisha's shirts that say Team Wife.
He would have got divorced because he wanted to marry somebody else.
But did you get the paperwork?
I didn't even care about the paperwork.
You could still be married.
You may be still married. You better check just in case
Real
you get the benefits.
Well, if I'm still married, then he a bigamist, because he wanted to get divorced because he wanted to marry somebody else.
A lot of Negroes do that, Aunt Debbie. My ex, can I tell y'all what happened with my ex-husband? He's a whole bigamist. Let me tell you. Child. Aunt Debbie, go to school also when you get a chance. But my ex-husband, when we broke up, I told his sisters, and I'm still close to them. We still call each other sissy and all of that. Love them. They love me. But I told them I went and filed for divorce. I lied. I just wanted the whole family to know I'm done with him. You know, did not file until 13 years later. And that man had got married at about year 7. I didn't know that he had gotten married. And so when I finally, talked back to them, I let them know. I said, I'm going down here and finally filing. I forgot I told them I was divorced. Going down here and finally divorcing y'all damn brother. Baby, you would have thought that, their whole face turned white. Like, what do you mean? I'm divorcing your brother. So yeah, he got married thinking that I did divorce him, but I hadn't divorced him at that time. So that will make it that he was a bigamist.
That actually happened to my cousin. He had gotten married to this other lady. He was married before. She had moved to Georgia, and they never finalized the divorce, but he went on and married someone else. And come to find out, he was still married to the other chick. And because she was upset that he moved on, because she didn't want the relationship to end, she did file charges on him and he did get arrested. He got arrested. He had to stay in jail for like a week. But he had to get an attorney and all of that kind of stuff, and prove that they had been living separately and all of this kind of stuff. And I didn't even know that was a thing until that happened. I didn't even know bigamy was a thing.
Nasty Nesto, Shirley Strawberry's husband. He did that. Yep. When he married her while he was still married. Yes, LaDon. LaDon say nasty Nesto.
Right, Rose. Rose said, Aunt Debbie, you need to get to that courthouse and get that divorce decree.
Aunt Debbie is a whole wife out here, y'all.
Or so you can get them benefits.
Because on Debbie, what if he called you thinking that this is gonna make her want me, and you was like, "Nigga, okay, go ahead, I don't care." But what if he just used that as a ploy?
Well, when he called me when he was going down there,
Well, you
so
still
I
got to
told
get
him
the
go
paper.
ahead on get it, and I didn't hear from him because he said he wanted to get married. So
But don't
Mm-hmm.
you
then he
have to be
called me like
served?
3 years later. He say, "I'm getting married," and I told him, "Congratulations. Treat your next better than you treat your ex, and maybe you can keep her."
Mm.
And I hung up the phone. I didn't care.
Well, you better go find out.
They didn't serve you, Aunt Debbie. You didn't get served any divorce papers.
I had been gone so long. He went down there when he went to the court to get the divorce, the free one. He put something in the paper. He say, and he told them I abandoned him, I deserted him, and it had been like 5 or 6 years. So
That
hey,
still don't matter
free
because
divorce. That's what he told me. I didn't care. I was already gone, been gone. Ain't never cared.
yeah, no, it's 3 attempts that no matter what, abandonment, whatever the case may be, it's 3 attempts that the person that's filing has to make. Now, in my case, when I finally did it with the first, I just used it. First, you have to try to serve them, I think, in person. If that's unsuccessful, then you have to get what's the people that you have to hire to go a process server. Then they try to serve them. The last thing that you have to do is put in the newspaper, like, I'm searching for I forgot the little classified section, but it's 3 attempts before they will grant a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to have done something on Debbie where it appeared that he was trying to reach you and all of that, and then they will grant it after 3 attempts. But other than that, you still married, child.
He say he put it in the newspaper. I ain't never if it was in the newspaper, I wasn't gonna answer no way, go and get it. So you can go now. That's where I gone.
Aunt
Aunt
Debbie is a
Debbie.
whole wow.
Aunt Debbie, girlfriend Chronicles say we're gonna throw you a bridal shower
Oh,
today.
and baby, yes. Yes, y'all bring Aunt
Y'all
Debbie
bring Aunt Debbie a bridal shower gift.
a bridal gift, child. Aunt Debbie, bring your wife down.
He
You
said he put
married
it in
now, Aunt
the
Debbie.
newspaper. He put it in the newspaper. He got him a free divorce.
Oh Jesus. Oh, Aunt Debbie, we're
Oh
gonna
my
have you a bridal shower
God.
in
Okay,
Vegas.
baby, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna get Aunt Debbie some strippers. They all through Vegas. Get some strippers, have a little bachelorette. Well, we can't say bachelorette because baby Aunt Debbie been married about 30 years now.
Aunt Debbie, you probably got all kind of benefits sitting up at the
Baby,
state unclaimed.
that's what I'm
I'm going down
saying.
there and get them. I'm going down there and get them divorce
Get them.
papers.
You better go
You
get them because
better.
I'm telling you, these Negroes lie on Debbie. And that other look, that wife that married my ex-husband thought that, they was just getting married. So that should be a lesson. Check before you get married, check. Because these Negroes be lying. Aunt Debbie, when you get married, I bet you it's been over 30 years.
It's been a very long time, and I ain't thought about him. I can't stand him. When I left, I never talked to him no more.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I never talked to him no more.
I
I went
know.
on, lived my life, worked and lived by myself, did what I had to do. And when I was ready for a relationship, I had one.
Yeah.
And he told me, he said, put some in the in the newspapers, and he going to get a free divorce because he wants to
That ain't
remarry.
how that worked, though.
Uh,
That's the
uh,
final step.
and I told him, God bless you, because he ain't never know where I live at no way. Ain't never been served. I, I
Aunt
didn't
Debbie,
care
you
what
probably
he
still
did.
married.
I didn't
Well,
care
I'm
what he
tell you
did,
this.
long as I don't have to see him.
Is
Mm.
this scandalous? Is this scandalous? In this case, for instance, we gonna pray that Aunt Debbie really divorced child, but please check Aunt Debbie. But what if they aren't? Do you know that
Oh
Aunt
my
Debbie will
God.
be entitled
What a
to that
nightmare.
man? Right, but do you know that if you aren't, or anybody in this situation, you would be entitled to all of that
All
man's
them benefits.
pensions, and everything.
Mm-hmm. That Social
Everything. You hear
Security.
me? Social Security
He
for
ain't
the
got none of that. Whatever he got, I don't want it. I don't care. I don't even know. I don't like him. I don't want nothing he got.
But it
You know.
legally it would be yours,
be
Aunt Debbie,
yours.
whether
Baby,
you
I'm
wanted
taking
it or not. It would
Look, my
legally
divorce
be
should have
yours.
been final at 9 years and 3 months, or 9 years and 6 months. I say, hell no. I'm waiting that extra 6 months to make this 10 years. Them Social Security benefits, that's pain and suffering from the time I was with your ass. I'm still entitled to it, although divorced because we were married 10 years. Deb, you better get them coins.
Right.
Like,
That's what
Well, he
Teresa
got
said.
another wife.
They
She
get
probably
them
done went
coins.
down there. She probably done went down there and got her coins. He married somebody. That's how, like I said, I
is
wish
he
him
still
well. Hope he
alive?
never fail.
Is he still alive?
I don't
Oh, you don't know. Ooh,
know.
child. Debbie, you probably could be getting about 4,000 a month. Baby, I will take every penny.
She'll find out if he was to get sick or something, and the doctors tell them that they
We
got to
need to
contact
watch.
Aunt Debbie
And
first.
it's gonna
The
be
wife,
on Debbie. Yep.
Aunt Debbie, you the first lady.
Oh
You the
Lord have mercy.
you get all of that, right? Girlfriend Chronicles. She sure is entitled to all of that.
Mm-hmm. Who is the black
I hope
entertainer?
he got a divorce and marry somebody else. Like I said, I don't know if he did or not. I don't even know. All I know is he told me he was going to get a divorce because he had met somebody who wanted to get married again. And
Uh,
then 3 years later,
He
he
probably
called
was
and
running
told me
game on
that
Debbie.
he
running
was getting
game.
married. He said, I'm getting married. And I told him, I wish you the best. Congratulations. Much
That don't
success.
mean nothing.
He was
That
trying to
don't
get
mean
you
nothing.
back on Debbie. He was trying to see how you
Get a
felt.
reaction.
Well, he
Uh-huh.
already knew I was with somebody and there wasn't no get back for him. He had already talked to my guy. And my guy told him, she might
Mm,
be your wife, but she my woman.
I know that's right, Teresa. It's a male performer from the 70s or 80s. I just saw this. I've seen it a couple times on Instagram, but he had been with his girlfriend for 3 decades or something like that. And when that man died, the wife, because he never officially got the divorce, made all the decision, took everything. Could you
Mm-hmm,
imagine being with somebody that long and they able to come take this house, this
mm-hmm,
car, these bank accounts, everything?
mm-hmm. That's why we stress the importance. A lot of people say um,
Very white,
it's
yes.
just a piece of paper. But it's
Mhm.
more than just a piece of paper, because if something goes down financially, like if an unfortunate death or something happens, then you are not entitled to anything. Like this just said, it goes to, it went to his ex-wife. That's why it's important to make sure they sign on the dotted lines. I'm not giving nobody no 10 and 15 years of my time, and there's no marriage.
Mhm.
Teresa said, Aunt Debbie, he's over there singing, she's got papers on me.
Hey,
Got no papers on him. None.
you may.
Nothing with his name on it. Nothing.
Betty says, actually, on Social Security, if there's not much difference in yours and your husband's benefits, you'll only get your benefits.
There's a little difference, child. There's some difference. It's been
Hmm.
researched, Betty. People gotta hear about it, Betty. What's that song, y'all? Betty Wright.
Let them know.
The night is the night. Uh,
To make you a woman
yes.
this tonight, baby.
And in the song they saying people gotta hear about it, Betty. That's my favorite part of that whole song. I'm weird.
Okay. That was a good topic. That was a good topic. Did you all enjoy talking about the cheating being justified? So I think our
Mhm.
consensus is that cheating cannot be justified. And as Kitty was saying on the video, she was not capping. I think we had a consensus from everyone. Lisa Love says Barry White's wife did that to his live-in fiance. They never
Mhm.
divorced, and as the wife, she had total control
Yep,
over his estate.
sure did.
Mm.
Okay. And LaDawn says in New York and Boston, you get both.
Both
Okay.
what, sis?
All right.
What what does she
She
mean
said both
both?
what? I
LeBron.
think she meant like Social Security and
Oh,
is that
okay.
what you're talking about, LaDawn?
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Betty. Thanks, Betty. All right. So now we get ready to go to another one. And this one is I saw this one on Instagram over on LaDawn said yes. Tasha K shared this video. This is one of Tasha K's videos. So shout out to Tasha K. Let me share my screen. Okay.
Deliver the stuff, have pick what he want to pick, and have it delivered himself. Come here, come back here. You come back here. Leave him alone. Come back here. He instead of sending me the money, he then had the groceries delivered. You don't know what my kids want. You don't know what my kids like. That's me. You buying stuff off of what you like, and because I told him,
Girl,
you
bye.
know, I needed tissue and I was out and I needed some groceries, and he done went shopping online and had some groceries delivered. That ain't what I wanted. I wanted you to send me the money so I could shop my own stuff. So me and my kids could eat what we want to eat, not what you want, the stuff you like. This was not it. Shit, I'm not happy about this shit.
But I've seen you come in here a few times, and every time I
Ghetto.
order, everything
right.
they
All right, Aunt Debbie. What you think? So basically what happened was she reached out to the baby daddy for money for groceries. And instead of him giving her the money, he had groceries delivered to her. Do you feel like she's capping or not capping when she said he doesn't know what she liked and he should have given her the money? What are your thoughts?
I think she ought to have been grateful. The man sent some tissue. I see some tissue. And whatever he sent, she should have been grateful because some folks wouldn't have said nothing. And he sent it because he wanted to keep a receipt of what he's sending in case, she say he didn't send nothing to tell the court that he could show the receipt. I figured she capped it. She just wanted the money to do what she wanted to do with it.
Mm.
Because I'm going to tell you something. If somebody send me some grocery to my house, I'll be grateful. And I'm going to call and tell them, thank you. I don't care what they send, if it's a can of tuna, some peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying thank you because that's more than I had. That man sent tissue. He sent more than a couple of bags. He sent food for your kids to eat. Probably some chicken, steak, rice, potatoes, some green beans and vegetables and stuff. He sent that and he sent something. So I ain't mad at the brother. He trying to make sure his kids eat. Now he probably didn't send you what you wanted, some hot pockets, some microwave food. He sent something you could cook. Hell, it's something to eat. Get that crab can in there and cook and eat and thank God for it. That's what I say. She capping. She want that money to do what she want to do.
Mm. All right, Aunt Debbie, sis, what you think?
I totally agree. She's capping, and she probably has a history of spending the money if he's given it to her in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like Aunt Debbie said, it was a lot of bags down there. So I don't care if you don't have your preferred crab legs or lobsters or whatever else you may have wanted. What I saw was nourishment. You and your kids gonna eat off of that, whatever it is. Be grateful, and that's it. That's all. And I bet you she picked them damn bags up and ate that food.
I bet she did too.
If she don't, when she get hungry enough, she'll get down there and get them and eat. I wouldn't even got on nobody. Shannon talked about that. She made herself look bad. It showed you money hungry. And like she just say, she probably done messed the money up before, so now he's sending groceries so the kids can actually eat.
And who cares? I wouldn't have cared what it was. To me, it's just like you said before, Aunt Debbie, just be grateful that he even did that because you do have some men who's not going to even do that.
Exactly.
So the fact that he even took the time to even have groceries delivered spoke volumes for me because a lot of men don't even do that. So I feel like she was totally ungrateful because something is better than nothing. Beggars can be
Mhm.
choicy because if I know I don't have food, I'm gonna take and make whatever I can out of what he did
That's
give.
right.
Outside of having the actual money, because did you really want the money for the food or did you want the money for
Nah.
something else?
You
Because it
go
kind
to
of
the
sounds
club.
like she wanted the money for something else.
Mhm.
Yep.
And my question is, the bigger question is, why don't you have food for your kids? I
Right.
get it, it is partly his responsibility, but what got you to the point where you don't have any food, where he had to do that in the first place? You know what I mean? She wanted to go down there to the club, child. That's what she wanted.
And
She
what
wants
happened
that
either
old
way?
thing back. She wants
Right.
that man to come over there and bring that money. So
Mm.
And I feel like I get David said she want that old thing back.
she
Trying
wants
to
that
set him
man to
up.
come over there and bring that money. That man said he don't want to be bothered. He sent her some groceries.
True. And then even on top of that, she had to initially tell him she needed grocery. So why wouldn't you send a detailed list? You could have sent a list and say, hey, we don't have groceries. We need A, B, and C.
Mhm.
And then he could have at that point decided, well, I can either shop for it and send it to you, or I can send you the money. So I felt like she was capping.
Right. Well, she told him she didn't have no tissue. You see, he sent some tissue.
Couldn't
And
even
that
wipe.
ain't even grocery. He
That was
sent
some good
tissue.
tissue too. That was some cottonelle.
Yeah,
That's
couldn't even wipe
some
a
good
behind.
tissue.
That's a
So,
shame.
what more do you want?
That was some good tissue.
What was you using before he sent that over there?
Right.
Right. You
So
ain't got nothing now. He was sent you some tissue.
he got
Girl, tell that tissue and then wipe your butt and sit down somewhere. That you ain't had nothing. You say you didn't have no tissue. The man done sent some tissue.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I would do if I was him, because she put it on the internet to go viral. Yeah, now I'm going to the courthouse. You can't feed my kids, and I'm the better parent. You can play around with the wrong people. That could backfire in her face. You trying to embarrass him. Nothing is embarrassing about what he did, but he can absolutely say, look, every month she getting some type of benefits. She getting some
Mhm.
benefits. And yeah, he could end up getting the damn kids.
So good.
Ish together. It's not cute. Get your ish together. There's people out here that work 2, 3 jobs. Do what the hell you need to do. To me.
I totally agree. I
I'm
agree.
telling you, and to me, a woman that won't buy tissue won't buy soap either.
Ew.
Mm.
That's why he didn't want to go over there on there.
That's why he
Probably
sent them
stay
groceries. That's
thorough.
what I'm thinking. That's why he sent them groceries. Ain't going by there.
LaDon, I actually took a picture today when I went to Walmart. I spent $220 and my basket looked like I spent 50.
I
So
know, right?
he definitely spent some money on all of those groceries.
Yeah, grocery high. Eggs is $10, and they loving over here where I live at.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying you want no chicken. Chicken has $25 now for chicken wings.
Everything is high.
Mm.
Everything.
So while that lady over there complaining, that man spent some money. Tissue high too.
I agree. Everything high. Everything is expensive. LaDon says he know what his kids like. He's in their life. That's why she called him. I totally agree. Royal says she's capping. Teresa says, I'm sure he sent some snacks. I'm sure he sent some snacks too. I think she was
Yeah.
just being ungrateful. Indigo Girl says he should have taken her grocery shopping. Men can't shop well. Or she should have sent him a list. Or she should just be thankful he did what he did. Then when
Facts.
she gets
Right,
money, she can go to the store and shop for herself.
Right. You
right.
won't
I would
you
have been
won't
grateful for what he did. Now, when
right.
she get her money, she can go and do what she want to
Yes,
do. At least
exactly.
he thought enough and cared enough and sent grocery tissue. He sent that stuff over there. So to me, you setting up talking about what he didn't buy. He bought something so you could eat. He knew to buy some chicken. He done ate. He know what you cook. He was with you. He know what to buy. He ain't that stupid. Get some potatoes, some rice. Let me send some pork chops, chicken, ground beef, and a little steak and some snacks and hot dog for the kid and some bread and some vegetables and give him some cakes and cookies. Hell, that's what more could you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he could have had, and this still would have fed her and those kids for a good week or two. He could have went and bought a bag of potatoes. He could have went and bought some beans. He could have went and bought the essentials that's gonna fill you up. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, I'm sure back in the day, maybe your families have gone through this, don't know, but there are foods that can fill you up. And so he had a variety of whatever. It was too many
Yes, he
bags.
did.
He could have
Well, baby,
again.
get a
He could
bag
have
of
bought
neck
five
bones and some
essential.
beans.
Right, he could have bought five essential items, and they still would have been fed. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's just ungrateful and trifling. Period.
If he had to send me some neck bones, white potatoes, and string beans and a box of cornbread, I'd have been happy because
Yeah,
that is a
good,
meal.
good casserole.
Yes.
Baby, I'd have boiled them neck bones tender, put me some seasoning, and drop them white
Yes,
potatoes in
ma'am.
there, and throw them string beans over there and bake me
Mhm.
some cornbread. I'd be sitting there eating and
Yes,
grateful,
ma'am.
thanking God for it.
That's a hearty meal.
Yeah, give me some hot sauce on the side. I'd be right there now, right there.
Yes.
I totally agree. It just seems like, especially in this era where we're seeing there's so many absent fathers and so many hands off fathers, to where when you do have some that are trying to do something like this, it seems to go unappreciated. The
Hmm.
least she could have done, I never would have called him outside of calling him to say thank you. Because
That's it.
especially like you were saying, if I don't have anything to the point to where I have to call my baby daddy, because
Yeah.
that was the thing I was never doing. I would never allow you to see me broke, busted, and disgusted to the point I got to call you
Right.
and tell you to send me some groceries. Absolutely not. But the fact that she had to call him and he went right ahead and sent her some groceries, she should have been appreciative.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because where your quest? LaDawn says, my husband's sis buys me and my son groceries through Amazon, and she doesn't ask for a list. Every few months, we get a shipment. God is good. That's a blessing.
Hmm.
Yes, it is.
That's a blessing, right, Teresa? Teresa says, and she's probably getting EBT as well, I'm sure. LaDawn says she wanted some liquor, child. She sounded like she was already on something.
Okay.
She want them damn groceries. She want
Wanted
that
some
money.
weed.
Right. She wanted something. Girlfriend Chronicle says she wanted to see that man. Yep, that's what Aunt Debbie said.
Like she want to feed old boy off of his money. No, ma'am.
Aunt Debbie, she wanted to see that man, didn't she?
I would have bought all Lunchables if I was him.
Girl, like that
You want-
Negro won't be eating no
Thank you.
food
Ain't
I sent
gonna
for
eat-
my
That's why
kids.
she's so mad. Now my kids could eat Lunchables all week. I don't care.
And you better not give your Negro damn bit.
Crack.
Brittany Janae said, I wish my kid's father would send some groceries. Right.
Yeah, she's ungrateful. Very ungrateful.
Very ungrateful. Oh my goodness. LaDawn says she sounds like she be drinking all night. You can hear it in her voice. Girl, something was wrong.
Baby.
Well, she wanted one more for the road.
Right. She
Not on
wanted
his
money.
watch.
Oh
Period.
my God.
He was
Mama V
smart.
said she wanted the money. Yes, she did, Mama V. She wanted that money.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I think she wanted the money, and she wanted him to bring it over there to her so she could try to, you know how that goes, sweet talking, so she get another baby back. But that man said he didn't want no more. He sent them groceries. He don't want, he don't want it like that. But he feeding his kids.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at the fella, whoever he is. I ain't mad at him.
I agree on Debbie. Right, Girlfriend Chronicles. Girlfriend says Cottonelle without a coupon ain't cheap. It's not.
Mm-mm.
Super expensive. LaDawn
Don't give
says
me
he spent at least $300 to $400 because food is expensive. It's very expensive. Go
Yes,
ahead, Aunt
it
Debbie.
is. Don't get me started on the damn coupons now.
Ooh, child. Aunt Debbie, when I
Yeah,
was in Walmart, I started to take
Aunt
a
Debbie
picture.
had a flashback.
Girl, look, when I was in Walmart today, I thought about Aunt Debbie. I was picking out me some avocados, and it was two of the people that Aunt Debbie said had the issues with the corn, and they were standing there forever. I just chuckled and grabbed my avocados, but Aunt Debbie made me think of you so much with your experience in the store
Girl, I was cackling at Aunt Debbie's story.
last night. Oh my goodness.
Debbie said it gave me
Oh,
a flashback.
honey.
And the thing is, like I was saying, I don't mind people couponing, but be prepared when you in the line. I hate getting behind the couponers that girl be having 50 paper coupons and they be digging for coupons and they're not
Oh,
ready when the
no.
cashier start checking them out. So that forever holds the line up. So I don't like that. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to learn how to coupon. I'm
Baby,
not a couponer, but I
it's
would have to do
amazing.
it electronically because I would feel bad being the one having to hold the line up.
But most people that stockpile or coupon, even if they have manufactured coupons, it's I've had binders, Girlfriend Chronicles. I'm sure you may have them as well. With manufactured coupons, you're supposed to have your binder with your section for laundry detergent, for this, for that, whatever. And then as you're picking up those items, a lot of couponers put the coupons by those items. Let's say you got 3 laundry detergents. You're going to put that coupon right there. So when you get to the register, you got everything. But people that just buy stuff and they got some coupons, that's different. But couponers,
Yeah,
you are
you're an
very
organized
organized.
couponer.
Yes,
Right.
very
One
organized.
of my neighbors coupon, girl,
Yes,
she opened her
girlfriend.
garage one day. The shelving, and it's so neat and organized. She
Mm-hmm.
got shelves all around her garage, just a stockpile of just
Mm-hmm.
everything. I
Yeah,
was
because a
like,
lot
oh
of
my God.
couponers resell a lot of stuff. I
Oh
never
yeah, they
did.
do.
But
Facebook
honey,
Market.
they make thousands and thousands from
Hmm.
couponing, and then they put bundles together. So somebody may you can go and buy laundry detergent, the fabric softener, the dryer sheets, and the beads, and that's a bundle, and they'll charge you their special price. So um
Yeah, I'm
you
interested
do,
in learning how to
girlfriend?
do it. I need to learn uh the math behind the whole couponing thing because I
It's
be sitting there like,
amazing.
how y'all do it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I've just learned how to use that app. But my daughter, when she in there, she had that app. She be scanning it. So when you get up to the counter,
Hmm.
you
Uh-huh.
all the lady had to do is you put your phone number in, and
Mm-hmm.
all of it'll come up at once, and you could just show her on the phone.
Yeah.
She look, and once you put that phone number in, all of it come up. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's what she do. That's what she told. She said, "Stop. When you in there, you got the app. All you gotta do is take your phone, mom, and put it up there, scan it, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
go right in that app. And then when you get in line, put your number in, and all your digital stuff, them coupons, whatever you got, gonna come right up."
Mhm,
She said,
mhm.
"That's how they do it now." I said, "Well, I got in line and see a clip." And she said, "No, you don't do that either. All you do is scan it now. Scan it, and when you get up there,
Well,
put
you
your
have to
number in. That scan already be in, and all that stuff will come right
well,
up on your
most
number."
times you have to scan and clip though. So, you scan the item with the UPC barcode, then it's gonna pop up on your phone. It'll say coupon available. You just click clip. So you have to clip them. That's the way that they come off.
Well, I was doing something wrong. I was just showing the lady I had the number and I had them.
Mhm.
But see, might be what she talking about. Yeah, she just go up there and she show it to him. And I don't fool with that cause I ain't got time. I just pay for what I want to keep it moving. But looking at that app, it do save you some money. And like I
Mhm.
say, I'm trying to learn how to do it, and I'm gonna get better at it cause I see that's where all the sales at. But you got to have the app in order to get the sale.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, there's another one. My one of my girlfriends has this one app on her phone to where like if we go to dinner or something, she always asks us for our receipt that we paid when we're at dinner, and she scans the receipt and she gives money off of our
Yeah.
receipts. What is
Mhm.
that one? Because I need to learn how to do that.
They used to have that at all. Yeah, they used to have that at all the stores. For instance, Walmart. You used to, but they stopped it because people will find other people receipts in their baskets or in the
Mhm.
parking lot or whatever. But yeah, it is what's the name of that program, girlfriend? It's a lot of these stores have programs where let's say you shop with them, period. You scan your receipt, then when you shop the next time, or they let you get the cash, it can generate I can't think of the name, and it's in the top of my head. But yeah, and it's the same thing with different restaurants is. So it's a whole big couponing community out here. As I mentioned last night, Girlfriend Chronicles and I will try to map up some time. Let's try to shoot for June, girlfriend, because Aunt Debbie got her procedure coming this month. But we'll show you guys. We'll show you all the process, and I highly recommend everybody to do it. I stopped for over a year, and my pockets fill it because I save a lot of money. A lot of
And
money.
what about Groupon? What is that Groupon?
Well, I do Groupon.
Yeah, Groupon is to save on, let's say, events or activities. You know what I mean? If you're going somewhere, massages.
Right.
Yeah,
Discounts on hotels and
right.
just stuff like that.
Similar to that. Ben, what is it? Because your credit cards have it. You spend the shoot. I wish I knew the name I'm looking for, but Good Bad Apple got Capital One shopping, and I have 3 Capital One credit cards. But as I use my card, it generates. I need to log in and see what the name. It's a rewards program. That's what it is. So all of these restaurants and stores and all of that have a rewards program. I knew my ex's sister-in-law worked at Walmart. And again, with people leaving their receipts, so I don't want my receipt or whatever, they was keeping all of those receipts and they was scanning those receipts, and they'll have hundreds of dollars on that Walmart account. So when you go shopping the next time, you got $300 you can use. But that's all
Mm.
that it is, rewards programs.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all need to teach me something. I'm ready to learn how to coupon.
Me too. Cause I did when I used the app, I did get some fruit, and it did save me some, and I was able to get 2 cans. So I got that. I was happy. But
Mm.
my daughter was scanning and think that I guess she'd be scanning and clipping like a shot. I don't know. She just told me about it, but hey, I need to learn more if it's gonna save money. Cause food is so high now. You need to do something in order to get some food.
Ooh, child. I know that's right.
Times are
Anytime
hard.
eggs, $11 down to $12 for a dozen of eggs.
Yeah, eggs are expensive, and I love eggs. Me and my husband go through so many eggs. I love eggs. Teresa says the crazy coupon lady gives classes on Facebook. Oh, okay. Indigo Girl says there was a show on Lifetime time about couponers. I didn't know that was a big thing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I am
Well,
lost.
it's people that had whole homes as stockpile homes filled with things that they've couponed.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I saw that show. It's been a couple things out here. Like I told you guys last night, it was people taking advantage of that when the paper coupons before digital, and they ordered printers, and somehow they got them barcodes and all of that down to a T. So
Mhm.
that means they illegally getting a lot of stuff. But yeah, couponing is huge. You can search on Instagram and just put couponing community, and it'll
Mm.
show you pages that you can follow. They'll give you a breakdown of stores, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Target, Walmart, or whatever. And on Debbie, for instance, for you don't know what to clip. But if you follow some of them pages on Instagram and they say, clip this gain, clip this these beads, clip this downy, clip this, you know where to go on your app already. Okay, they told me to clip this. Then when you go to those stores, put your phone number in, it's gonna take it. That's what it is, extreme couponers. Then it's gonna take it off. But it's a
Mm,
huge community, huge.
Oh wow.
yes,
I
that
need to
see
get
that y'all need to have a class on that.
in. Right. Because baby, you can go in the store with $200 and come out with 5 things.
And have nothing. And
And
have a next to nothing.
crazy. Let's be clear. Can you coupon if you have your groceries delivered? I think Bad Apple just said she does that. Let's
Mm-hmm.
be clear.
As long as they're clipped and you put your information in. And that's good, Bad Apple, what you just put, that you get the paper coupons in the mail and you use those. That's stacking. That's what that's called. Stacking the coupons. So that's the best way because you're getting double off. You know what I mean? But I mainly do digital. I
Um,
may get back into paper though, but it had fallen off. I got to talk to girlfriend.
Bad Apple says she gets them through the mail. Let's Be Clear says I have emailed manufacturer for coupons. My daughter can only use all free and clear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Check digital too, sis. Let's be clear on the stores that you go and buy that from, because especially Dollar General, you always can get laundry products. There's always a coupon.
Okay. Okay, let me go to another clip. We are 1 hour 47 minutes in, but I
Okay.
want to listen to this one. This is another one that was on Instagram. This was over on site. They posted this video. Since you probably seen it, the white chick addressing the whole Shannon Sharpe situation.
Oh, the not the one that was a previous accuser.
Another
Okay.
one. Hold on
I
one
may have
second.
put your banner though at the bottom.
Yeah, let me go grab it.
Hey, Star Child.
Share my screen. Okay.
Yes, it does, girlfriend. Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. One second.
The age of 15. I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharpe shit, because
Like a
everything
man.
I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharpe stitch, like the girl said something about I want your black baby, right? I have had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very derogatory things in bed. Yeah. So part of it
That's
is
why they want you.
not criticizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about. And I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience. But I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like a king. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think like want, I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of like, I don't know, but I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle. As a white girl who has dated black guys since the age of 15,
Listen to it.
I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharpe shit, because everything I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharpe stitch, like the girl said something about I want your black baby, right? I have had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very derogatory things in bed. Yeah. So part of it is not that white women are fetishizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about. And I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience. But I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like a king. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think like want, I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of like, I don't know, but I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle.
All right. So what do you all think? Do you think that black men fetishize race with these white women?
Can I just say that she looked like a white man first?
She does.
You know, and that's majority of the times that's what they get. It's highly possible. I don't think that it's all, you know what I mean? But I would feel some type of way if a person was saying certain things to me in a fetish, and I know that's not a word, fetishizing way, or as a kink and all of that. Either you with me because you with me or not. All that extra stuff as a kink and all of this, that's a red flag to me. But I definitely think it could be both. But she looking like a whole Negro. And that's what they get. Bottom of the barrel, trailer trash.
I'm Debbie. What you think?
I don't see why nobody. Well,
Say it, Aunt Debbie.
Say it, Aunt
Spit
Debbie.
it out. Spit it out. You don't see why nobody want her earth. That's what you was about to say. I know my Aunt Debbie.
you know me so well. Ain't nobody lying told they won't not have no baby for them.
Okay, you look like
I don't believe that.
me neither.
I believe she clout chasing off the situation.
That's cap. Cap.
So, because other men don't just come and tell you they want you to have no black baby. Somebody said, I want you to have my baby. But just pointing
Right.
out that it's black and here black man, I don't believe that. To me, and I just said it, she clout chasing off the situation. And I don't believe nobody asked her to have nothing for them. You see how hard that woman look? Oh,
Like,
hell no.
Aunt Debbie
baby
said,
look like she can bench press 500.
Yeah, she's like a man herself, got them big old hands.
That's why they want you. They into Negroes, sis, and you look like one. I'm sorry.
a whole Negro.
I think they be chasing the black men too now. Cause
Oh,
she
for
look
sure.
like a whole, So I don't know about all that. I believe she capping and clout chasing and that's what I believe. She clout chasing off of the situation with Shannon Sharpe and the other young lady, whatever, both young ladies, three, who, four, five, whatever it is, how many. And that's why she kept saying, y'all should come and talk to me about it. Why we got to come talk to you
Yeah.
about anything? Girl,
We
please, I
don't
ain't coming
care.
nowhere near you. I ain't coming nowhere near you. Go now.
And
What
we
about
don't care.
right at all? What about the part where she said that black men love to be called derogatory things in the bed, but yet they hate us as black women? That's one of the comments. They left the comment saying, "How strange is it for her to say that black men love to be called derogatory things in bed with
Mhm.
white women, but in the same breath they can't stand us as black women."
Mhm. I can believe that. Again, that's another red flag for me because you don't have to downgrade somebody else. It has to all be about me. So yeah, you're not about to sit around me and talk about your other exes or your own people that you came from. A lot of them want to hear the negativity that some of these Negroes do spew, you know what I'm saying, to them in order to make them feel like they're above. But yeah, no, no.
And I agree with you. They those men want to do that so they can get in with them type of women. You know what I'm saying? And the women's like that cause he ain't gonna be saying nothing nice about the black woman to the white woman. Cause if that's the case, she'll say, "Well, why you ain't with them?" So some men just dumb like that. Like she say, they kinky fetishes to black men. So whatever they got going, I don't want no parts of it. She can have all the black men she want if she can get them. But
I
all
know that's
black
right.
men don't feel that way.
Sis, did it say that she made that video originally in November of 2020 or something on that?
Let
I'm
me
trying to see. I thought I saw that in the description, but even that sounds like cap to me. If it does not, I agree with Aunt Debbie that she's clout chasing because she heard Gabby say, "Put a black baby in me, a big black baby, or whatever." There are some weirdos out here. And
Mhm.
Shannon Sharpe, we know that he was race role playing. He wasn't just role playing; he was race role playing. So it's highly possible. But again, when it comes to me, I could care less. I think a lot of them, the black men and the other race of women that they choose to date, they think we sitting back sad and you know what I mean, crying. Oh my God, we done lost another brother. Take them. Look at half of them that you get. I'm sorry. Look at the Kanye West. Look at the Antonio Brown. Look at some of these Negro. Look at the Shannon Sharpe. Look what you're getting.
I
We
agree.
don't care.
Period. Girlfriend Chronicle said bad bleach blonde bimbo.
Okay. And bad bodied and all of that. Like I said, he probably lifting his legs up in the air at night. That's
Girl,
big girl.
Man, prostitute. I mean, them great big old hands.
That's
Y'all
a
sure
big
that
girl,
was a woman? Yeah.
baby.
She say she was. She say she's been dating black men since for 15 years.
Well, she don't realize it's another kink that they into. They really want to be with a man, and you look close to it, and that's why they
Hmm.
with you. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing else.
I'm saying, them great big old
They
hands
in the
like that
closet,
scared the
child.
shit out of me. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, it's all type of people in the world.
All kinds of them, my Debbie. Teresa said it's something that's causing our brothers to flock to their arses. What is it?
Who cares? I ain't about to deep dive in it.
I don't know what it is. Maybe they like that kind of crazy stuff too. I don't know.
Going on over there in trauma dump.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
do whatever they do. That men, they can have whatever they like, whatever they prefer. It's
Mm,
their
I think
choice
it's
and
more
their
so
prerogative.
because
I don't care nothing about it.
right. I think it's because those women are easy.
mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like they know that they can do to them what they can't do to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why they go. And that's why they always try to label us as the mean black woman because, we question stuff. Like, you can't just come to me and tell me anything and think I'm going to let you do all of these weird things to me. Like, I think that's the weirdest stuff ever. Some of these fetishes that these men talk about is absolutely defiling to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never allow a man to defile my body like that for the sake of saying I got a man. So I think it's easier for them to go over there and do it to those women because they just like black men, especially if they got money.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Paul
and
Pierce spoke about. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Debbie.
and to me, it seemed like when black men with white women, they feel superior because they are with that clear woman. And the clear woman, she don't care nothing about them. She just with him cause of what he got and what he can do for her. Look at Shannon Sharpe. Cause see on Mad Day, they do all that nice stuff. But come Mad Day, look what she did. She went and got her a lawyer and got half his money. So they play nice till they not gonna play nice. Soon as they get mad at you, they finna snake your tail. And Shannon Sharp can tell you that. Look at his pocketbook. He'll tell you they gonna get in their pocketbook. So
And
God, black men with your money over there and let them women take it.
I know
I
that's
don't care
right.
nothing about it. I laugh about the crap. So do I've been laughing ever since. All them deals and spouses falling off the
Right.
shelf.
Get him, Gabby.
Right, Gabby. What do you
Let him
mean? What do you mean, Gabby?
$100 million contracts jumping out the window.
Well, Paul Pierce spoke on it this week, although he has a black woman. But he was asked a question. It was on Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, and all of that. Why do black men select or you prefer or whatever? Some black men, let me say that, white women. And he said that, yeah, because they don't argue a lot or they hold themselves accountable, and these brothers don't have to hold them accountable. To me, that means they just deal with everything. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And a
Mhm.
lot of them, make no mistake about it. If you are an athlete or a man with means and money, that's why the white women are with you. It has nothing to do with her and her demeanor and how she carries herself. She gonna agree that yep, you right. Okay, I won't do that again. She gonna agree with all of that until she hit them pockets, just like
Mhm.
Gabby was. Gabby was okay with everything Shannon was doing to her in that bedroom. But
Mhm.
once Gabby said, okay, it's time to go ahead and take his coins, then yeah, now it's no. Well, I told you no, Shannon. Shannon looking like, well, damn, I done been with you 2 years. You ain't said no in all this time. So, they always got a trick up their sleeve. Or they want these beautiful, beautiful babies. The Kardashians got they half black babies. Now all of them are dating white men again, each and every one of them.
You right. Bad
Mhm.
Apple says, I seen black men with some rough looking snow bunnies. They don't have the same standards for them as they have for us. I totally agree. I totally agree. They always want to tell us they want us to be natural and wear our own hair and stop wearing so much makeup and just be natural. But if you look at the men that are making these requests, and I
Yes,
have to shake my head and say, well, what you gonna do?
exactly.
Because they
And
have
can
a
we
lot of
call them
demands.
bunnies? Right. Can we call them bunnies, child? Because you right, good, bad apple. But we need something else for snow something. It ain't bunnies, child.
They something.
That's something we got to think of a name. We got to think of a new term because that's not it.
Mm-mm.
But you're right, sis. It is the ones. Did you see? This is another video. This guy, he spoke with Kendra G from WGCI of Chicago, and she
Mhm.
has a dating show. Child, he's sitting on there a good 400, 450, talking about he want a slim, trim woman. Negro, if you don't get your big breathing
Greasy
room
looking.
for her, it's the audacity for me.
It
It's the
do fit.
audacity.
They be
You know?
making a whole mess and sit up here and try to have all these demands.
Yeah, you a hamburger away from a heart attack. And you talking about you want you a woman that's fit. Negro.
And then walking around with your old moose knuckles musty and stuff. You got the nerve to say,
Ain't got nothing down there. Oh, let me stop. We on YouTube, child.
talk about I want my woman to dress sexy. You got holes in your drawers. Like, come on
Exactly.
now, make it make sense.
Oh, can
It's
I tell
gotta make
y'all something that's so embarrassing? Yes, girlfriend, a fat face on. Negro, you a fat face on
sense.
lie.
Right.
Look, my sister, it was her first encounter with this guy. They had been talking for months, getting to know each other and all of that. And she said when he got sat down on her sheets, they was about to do something. She had some crisp white sheets, baby, a whole stain
Mm,
when he got up, a ish
mm.
stain when he got up.
Ooh.
God, girl.
Baby, could you imagine? Look, Star Child, when you move away from Chicago, that's all you want. Now, it's a lot of them that's something else, but ain't nothing like a Chi-Town man now. Ain't nothing like a Chi-Town man. But yes, he left a whole ish stain on her bed.
Girl, I'd have got that.
Wow, he must have wiped himself for something.
Girl,
Oh,
Girl,
she was traumatized.
I would have been too. On my
I would too. Oh, throw them sheets away and him too.
Girl, she did on Debbie. Girlfriend said not that he pooted a little. I don't know if it was
that's what they call that sharded. He sharded.
baby. Yes, he started. I would have put that Negro out. I would have embarrassed him.
Oh my God. Oh, that's
And
sickening.
that was their last date. That was their
And them
last encounter
be the very ones with all these high
with
demands.
these demands. Yes. Nice looking guy had it going on, baby. And you done left ish things on my sheets.
Girl.
No. Mm-mm.
Girl,
Ain't
I'd
no
have
way.
took a
Ooh.
picture and sent it to all his friends.
And today we could post it online, child. I'm gonna make you go viral.
Right.
Clean
Oh,
your
Lord.
behind. Clean your behind thoroughly.
Can you
Use
guess what
some
this
white,
is?
right?
Oh my God.
Use some wipes, child.
Listen,
That's nasty.
Royal said they're trying to get their lick back for the master in the barnyard, while the clear women
Mm,
is lying in bed by themselves, in my opinion.
mm. Slavery, taking it back to slavery. Somebody said that about Shannon. Born in that little hick town in Alabama and all of that. And again, ancestors have gone through some things. A lot of them do get these women to degrade them because I'm with you, sis. I ain't never doing all of that ever. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? And they say what that man did to Gabby. I'm gonna play it on Patreon tomorrow because I
Mhm.
cannot play it on YouTube of what this guy that's familiar with Shannon said that he heard. No, he didn't hear the video, but somebody heard the video of Shannon like really, really, really just no limits with that little girl,
Mm. And look at his
Oh,
Mm.
big, dusty looking self, though, and she's so
exactly.
tiny.
Yep. Yep. That's terrible.
Indigo Girl says some of these black men want to make modern day slaves out of us, but
Girl, bye.
no way. We have high standards, and they're mad
That's
about that.
right.
Has any of you ever been handcuffed? Do y'all do the handcuff thing?
in the bed.
Uh-huh.
Nope, nope, nope. That's a no for me.
Me too, huh, Debbie?
What LaDon say? Earlier, I plead the fifth. No, I did it once.
No, no, no.
I did it once, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, what's wrong with that? You think that's
It's nothing wrong with it. It's just me. Like, I don't want you to put me in handcuffs and I can't get out. Like,
you can't get
you
out?
know what I'm saying? Like, my mind just be going everywhere. I just don't think I could do it because
You've never been tied either,
huh?
like a four-poster bed. You. Oh, that's
I
too
never
much.
been
That may be too
tied.
much.
I've never did the whole choking thing.
No, that I would never do.
Because I knew it was this guy like back in the day. He had a whole room in his house where it had all the chains, the whips, and all of that kind of stuff, the handcuffs. And he would actually, it was a thing that he would put around the women's neck, like handcuffs, but goes around the neck, and he would tie them up and do all
No,
that. Girl,
that's what we
I
discussed
can't
last week.
relinquish that much control to a man.
Yeah, that's
Me neither.
that BDSM that we discussed last week. I'm not into that, but some things, like Gia said, handcuffed and blindfolded, child. Some things, especially between a couple, that's not good, bad apple. Well, it's almost. But yeah, I've done the handcuff thing before, and had
Girlfriend Chronicle says her man is a man of the lost soul. Well,
yeah.
he different. But I still wouldn't want him to handcuff me though.
It's all
That's
about trust. A random can't
That's
do that.
true.
Or somebody that I just met, but if we're in a long-term relationship and we having fun in our bedroom and I'm dressed up like a nurse and you the doctor, or somebody said, girlfriend said I like playing popo and thief, that's different.
Oh,
That's,
the
you know
role
what I
play
mean?
with the dressing up, different kind of stuff. That, but never the handcuffs. You're not tying
Mm.
me up with no rope, right? Brittany Janae said, "Nope, this ain't 50 Shades of Grey."
right.
Um,
That's what I'm gonna say. 50 Shades of Grey. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, all of that. No.
Right, Teresa. I don't want to be restricted either. And that's even with the whole videoing and stuff. You ain't gonna even video me, and
That's
I'm
will
knowingly know
never
that you do
happen.
with it. You're
Yeah,
never
that'll
going
never
to video. I don't care how many years we've been together or
happen.
any of that. I'm not allowing to be videoed, or because on Mad Day, that's when they start want to release it on
Mm-hmm.
social media and all
On
that kind of stuff.
Facebook.
Right,
Mhm.
just to get back at you. So I don't do. I couldn't do that. I'm not that trusting. I would
Well,
say.
Teresa, how you gonna do that? You'll handcuff him, but he can't handcuff you. You've been with your husband 30 years and you trust him. You know what I mean? So he's not gonna keep you tied up and unalive you or something like that.
I ain't trusting nobody like to do all that. Oh,
Don't ask me, and I'm not asking you.
uh-uh.
Indigo Girl says, I'm not putting myself at a disadvantage in any situation. I want to be free at all times. I know that's right.
Me too.
Bad Apple says, not the BDSM. What does that, what's the acronym for, sis?
Probably can't say
Oh,
it.
okay. Because
Go
I
back
missed
and
that
watch.
line.
Yeah, go back and watch the live. We went through a lot of stuff at the beginning.
I came at the end when y'all was showing the eggplants.
Oh, okay. Ooh, child. Yeah, we taking a break from the eggplants this week. I ain't seen Kim, sis.
Yeah,
Somebody named Kim
Kim
came in there
got
and
out
said,
of there. I seen
baby,
Kim.
I ain't seen Kim, sis. Since.
Kim
I'm
said, is
sorry,
y'all
Kim.
talking about penis?
Baby. Yes, we were. And look, we grown. But yeah, or just look it up and sis, it'll show you. You can look it up now. You're not sharing your screen and you'll be able to see everything. That's what Shannon Sharpe is into heavily,
Oh,
heavenly,
wow.
heavily, excuse me. And then, baby, sis, you gotta go to Shade Room or somewhere and bring up the baby. They say she looked like Hocus Pocus. Did you see the lady that spoke out on Shannon today?
Michelle.
Michelle, girl,
I
please show
seen
your
her. Look,
audience.
I seen her. I was sitting there like, is that her? Because she
Baby, that's her. She looked different back in the day, but baby, Michelle done had a rough life. You hear
girl,
me?
she did. Let me see if I can pull. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
said,
pull it
that's
up, pull it
Michelle.
up.
Shannon got a type child.
I
Yes,
said,
play
that's
it, play
Michelle.
it. I believe Michelle, though. I believe Michelle. I really, really do. But baby,
Oh, there
these
she
years
go.
been hard on Michelle, child. She looked like Hocus Pocus, the witch. Shannon got a type.
If she do, let me share my screen, y'all. Oh my gosh. I say that's her.
Hey, them Negroes gonna clown him. And again, that's what they typically get. So black women, look, we resting, but don't
break
feel
up
some
with
type
my
of way.
husband at the time. We were just dating.
Don't
So I was
feel
dating
some
Shannon
type
and my
of way.
husband at the same
Oh,
time.
I'm sorry. Child, look at Michelle.
Shannon asked me to break up with my husband. And I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't really faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Can you tell us just broadly? I know it's probably painful to relive the situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was
good grief, Shannon.
It was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering,
Brittany Janae.
He was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth.
Ooh.
And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle.
I'm going to ask something that might be a little sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and ask it because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows. He had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating. So I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband. And I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not.
Okay. Let's get Michelle off the screen because Michelle look a hot mess.
Facially challenged. You hear me? We gonna start calling them snowballs. They ain't no damn snow bunnies.
Not a snowball.
Snowball. Like she been in a snowball fight. God,
girl, he ain't picky at all.
I don't know, Aunt Debbie.
Where she come from?
Baby, she filed charges on him in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2023.
Oh, really?
But yeah, she done came out the woodworks since Gabby, but she had a restraining order and everything.
Lawsuit?
No. Well, I don't know if she sued. I believe she did sue, but I don't know if there was a settlement or whatever. I'm not sure, sis. But she did put a restraining order out on him. She went on to say that Shannon was sending people to her house and all of that. She was married while she was messing with Shannon. Girl, it's a mess. But I believe it. I believe it too. Girlfriend, somebody in the comments said they switched the name and said looking like Marie Tina, and everybody was cackling. She do look like a heavy set Tina Marie. Rest in peace, Tina Marie.
She do.
Ooh-wee.
What about y'all in the chat? Do y'all believe Michelle, child?
I do.
I believe it too because it's too, girl, I don't know. Shannon.
Ew. And that's not all. Gabby opened up the floodgates. Watch. It's going to be more and more women that he's had these experiences with. And now is the time. Same thing with Diddy. Nobody was suing Diddy. And when that Cassie stuff broke and all of that, everybody came out the woodworks. That's what's going to happen to Shannon.
Well, he might as well get on over there with Diddy.
You may as
See
well.
if that sale open. Get your ass on over there. Be sale mates.
Star Child say, Jesus, what happened to Baby Jane?
Okay, stop telling my God today. Good God, black don't crack, sisters. When you look at that,
Period.
and look, the women that they're messing around with now, they got the BBLs, the lip injections. Debbie, I sent you that picture of Brandy Granville. That's how a lot of those women gonna look in a couple years. We ain't gotta worry
Oh,
about
my
girl
Lord.
down here on. We don't care. We don't
I'm
care.
saying. They look like monsters, if you ask me. And
But
they'll
this
give
is
you a
who you
nightmare.
choose.
Yeah, that. Child, I saw a 75-year-old woman doing a line dance the other day. She had on some, when I tell you, I'm gonna have to try to find it and share it. When I tell you that lady was bad, black woman, had a body, was dressed to impress, still had her heels on. We good over here. Let them do them, you know.
Yeah.
I want to know what she looked like back in the day when this was supposed to take place.
It's another site that had it. I don't know if it was Neighborhood Talk or
Do she look
one of
like
them.
Gabby back in the day?
She didn't look like Gabby. You know, she looked a little better than Gabby, but baby, she's been through some ish.
She been
You
through
know what I
something.
mean? She probably ain't nothing but about 30. That's how they
Right.
that's how they
Oh, my
age.
They
God.
age very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, child. Girl, she's a whole mess. Shannon. LaDawn says she ain't lying. You believe it too, LaDawn? Indigo Girl says she could be telling the truth with a little exaggeration.
Yeah.
Well, we know he been there for her to come out publicly and speak on it. They had something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Mm-hmm.
she may not be, she may be exaggerating the lie a little bit, but he was there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny being there. Girlfriend Chronicle said, I believe she was a dummy leaving her husband for Shannon, but yes, I do believe it. They ain't learned nothing from OJ, Bill, Tiger, Jonathan, and etc.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And sis, you gotta say Shannon like Gabby. What do you want, Shannon? You know how Gabby.
Girl, Gabby was exhausted at that point. She was sick of Shannon.
My God, thanks, Negro.
Shannon was wearing her out.
Baby.
He was turning her every which way but loose.
Mm-hmm.
Jill says, I'll bet she's not even 50 yet. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. That lady want her chop of the man money, too. She said, that lady got some money. He did it to me first. Where my
Mm-hmm.
money? That's all that is. Going to be a lot more coming. That wallet going to shrink up. Bank account going to get low. You'll see.
But they don't even be handsome men. That be the thing.
Yes.
Like, they don't even be handsome.
And Shannon is a rich country bumpkin. He sound like it, you know. But yeah.
He going to
But
be a broke country bunker when the white folk get through with him.
listen,
He did it to himself.
and I don't feel sorry for him.
Neither do
It
I.
is what it is.
But to that point that you just said, though, Aunt Debbie, that it happened to her. It's been years ago. Same thing happened with a lot of these women in the Diddy case and OJ case and Harvey Weinstein. I'll throw some clears in there as well. Do you think there should be a limit to when people can come out and speak, or is your experience your experience? And I wouldn't care if it happened 30 years ago. I'm telling my story. Should they be able to monetize the situation?
Well, she said this happened. You say this happened in 2023.
No, that's when she filed. I think they were together like in 2010 or somewhere around that time.
She done said nothing then. She wait till this lady get some money, then she won't come out. You know, it all depends. You know, she should have been saying something, and maybe this could have been avoided. You know, but she told me what he said he was gonna do. The other lady, she went got her load. She could have went got one too. Like I said, she probably was the first, but she, didn't come and do nothing. Now she see this lady getting some money. Now she want to capitalize off it and think she should get some money. I don't know. Get all this money. I would give it to him. He had no business fooling around. He know what he was doing to them women, mistreating, mishandled, and all this old kind of stuff, thinking he God's gift to the world. Give them their gift. They gonna get it anyway. I don't care for Shannon Sharpe. Sure don't. I don't
I
like men
totally
like that.
agree. I don't care for him either. I hope they take him and get everything they can get. But I do feel like there should be a statute of limitation for them to come out and get money. Now, there's no limit on when you decide to come out and want to share your story. You can tell your story whenever you have the strength to tell your story. But in the case where a situation where a lawsuit is going on currently, and then you know that this happened to you 35 years ago, and then you see a lawsuit, now you want to speak up. I think that there should be a limitation. Now, you can speak up, but then you're not entitled to anything.
I
Because
agree
I
with
think
that.
there should
Yeah.
be a statute of limitation on it. Tell
Good
your
point.
story by all means necessary, but don't pop out wanting to get in on the lawsuit because you see, oh, okay, he's made it now. He has all of this money, and I see this chick is trying to sue him for $55 million. Let me get in on that. So I think that there should be a statute of limitation. It should be within a certain time frame that you can hop on a lawsuit, but you can still share your story.
Now I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Yes, yes.
Like, because at this
Yeah, good
point, just
point.
speak about it and help me, right, Teresa? Speak about it and say, hey, that happened to me too. I'm just now sharing my story, but it did happen to me. So it kind of can. So you are helping another person. You're still helping them with their case, but you let the statute of limitations run out. And because again, if we look at statute of limitations on other things when it comes to the justice system, there is a time frame that you have before that limitation run out. So it should be the same as that. Speak out by all means necessary, but you can't get in on this lawsuit.
That's a good point. But is there such a thing as pay me for my pain? LaDon say she don't agree. They should tell his story and pay up. Is there such thing as pay me for my pain? And I was in pain 30 years ago. Now I got the courage. You're a big time superstar. I never thought anybody would believe me. And now that this young lady has told her story, I now have the courage to speak. Should she be paid for her pain or no?
Or
If you
did you get the courage because you
Because of the
saw money
money.
was involved? Because had money not been involved, would you have still spoken out?
right, and the thing is, they had lawyers back then. You could have did just what this young lady did when got her lawyer. You know. So I agree they shouldn't be able to capitalize on it, but it's all right to tell your story. You know. What he
Kind of
did,
torn.
I wouldn't care if every woman he touched come for what he got. Cause he just a monster.
Mm-hmm.
So, in different situations, and I don't know. He just a monster to me. I don't like him. It's something deviant about him.
And like LaDonna said, she did have a restraining order. So was she not able to sue for money when she
She
got the
rescinded
restraining?
it. She rescinded it because of threats. So he sent somebody to her apartment. She had an apartment and a house. He sent somebody to her apartment. He sent somebody to the house. She said that she was just so scared at the time. It's a lot of stuff that she may have just thrown in there. But that's what she said. And she said because of that, she she had them to remove the restraining order. But I'm kind of torn, guys, because I may want to get paid for my pain. If he was a big time celebrity, and I think I probably would. I just changed my mind in the middle of us talking. If I was violated, and again, if I was scared because of the power, Diddy trial starts Monday. And imagine people knowing that these men have the means and opportunities to send people to harm you, your family, or whatever. I think eventually, why should he be able to hold on to that money? Run me my money. Run me my money.
I
30
agree.
years, I
I
don't
agree.
care. Run me my money.
He don't have no money when he get through running it.
Oh, yeah. I want to be a part of that number. If Gabby getting 50, give me 52. Shoot.
I know that's right.
He ain't gonna have nothing left for a biscuit. He ain't gonna have enough to buy a biscuit when these folk get to him.
Oh, she gonna get it because of the color of her skin for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel sorry for him.
I don't either.
If she
Brittany
get
Jeanette
every
said she
penny
don't
he
feel sorry
got,
for
I
him.
wouldn't kill. I could kill less. I could kill less. Get other lady some. You mistreated her. You might well get her some too.
So, do y'all think some more come out? Do you think
Yes.
these are the only two, or do you
No.
anticipate that there will be others?
Absolutely, there'll be more. For me.
And they gonna want their proper chop too. So they got some lawyers too. They want some money too.
Mm.
But is he gonna have any left? Cause I heard that $100 million deal was off the table, and sponsors are flying out the window, left and right.
Mm.
He gonna have any money left when they get through with him? I don't care if he don't. But let all the women come on out. Come on out with it. Just come on out with it.
Yeah, you know why I say that, sis? I think that this is an addiction. This is a fetish as far as this lifestyle that he's been living. And even this lady said that he removed one lady from his house and had another chick to come over there. That was one of the reasons why she tried to break up with him. We're talking about big time entertainers. Most times when they travel to these speaking engagements or whatever job that they're doing, they got women in every city. So I think it's up there in the number. This is definitely not it.
God have mercy.
Crazy,
That's
right, Star Child? He is a demon.
Yeah, he is. He's a demon, a deviant. You know.
Indigo Girl says she believed Michelle was more ashamed than scared. Could be. Right, LaDawn. LaDawn says just like Cassie gave other girls the courage.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true.
And this isn't the Michelle that was in the audio that we heard of Shannon getting it in when he went live on Instagram.
Oh, he's another Michelle.
Yeah, this is another Michelle.
Wow.
Is that Michelle younger or?
I don't know. She hasn't come out and said anything. But yeah, this Michelle that we just watched, that's from back in the day.
Was she a snowball too? The other Michelle?
Yeah, you can tell by the way. Well, I don't know if you listen, but you can tell by the way they was oohing and on that she was,
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Indigo Girl says no one wants to be affiliated with him. He's now persona non grata to those brands. He's sinking fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like we say, he brought it on himself. It is what it is at this point. Pay the consequences for your choices.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But we are 2 hours and 29 minutes in, you all. Did you all enjoy our No Cap show?
Yes, this was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, a great Friday evening. I sat here and I finished my wine, my Stella Rosa cranberry. Super good. But I hope you all enjoyed the show. We're going to go around and get our final thoughts of our No Cap show. LaDawn said yes. Indigo Girl said it was fun. Aunt Debbie, what are your final thoughts?
This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Learned some things. It's been great. This was a great show. And I really enjoyed it. Had good fun. Thank you for having me. Had a good time. Enjoyed myself. Laughed. Some things were serious. Some things were funny. It was all mixed up into one. It was a good time.
Well, good. Thank you, Aunt Debbie. There's no Cap show without you. So we glad you were feeling better and feeling good enough to join us tonight. Sis, what are your final thoughts?
I agree with Aunt Debbie. I absolutely enjoyed all of the topics, the discussions. Amazing time on a Friday night with those that joined us in the chat. I had fun, and I just want to end it off with saying, Aunt Debbie, go check and make sure you divorced.
That's what Teresa said. Go check that marriage license.
That's my final thought. My final thought is, Aunt Debbie, are you still married?
No, ma'am.
You may be. You may be.
And get
But
ready
no,
for
sis,
and get
great
ready
job.
for your bridal shower in Vegas, Aunt
Baby,
Debbie. We can't wait.
we
Oh,
partying in Vegas. You hear me? Aunt Debbie is a married woman.
We kicking it in Vegas, Aunt Debbie. Get ready, get ready.
But great job, sis. Great topics.
Good, great. Thank you,
yeah.
ladies. Thank you, Gia. Thank you, ladies, for joining. Well, that's it. That's all for our No Cap show. Thank you, ladies, for joining us on this Friday evening. We appreciate you all for being here. As you know, there would be no Cap if it was not for you all tuning in and joining us. It's been fun. All love as always. We anticipate next week. Where are we at next week? Is it you, sis?
Where
No
we at
Cap.
next week? Yes, yes. Let me say this too for those that are watching. Next week it is me. The following week, oh well, sis, we'll have to talk, because I don't know if is that the holiday weekend? Debbie's procedure is the 22nd, so that show on the 23rd is questionable. We may
Okay.
want to take a week off, we'll discuss. But
Okay.
yes, next week is me, following week on Debbie, and then Pink Diva, Pink Table Topics, and I will discuss, ain't like you just said, it's not a no cap without Aunt Debbie.
Right.
So, we'll discuss though.
Okay. We
All right.
will. Well, okay, ladies. Thank you all so much for joining us. Don't
Thank
forget to
you,
hit the
guys.
like button if you didn't do so already. And to those of you that are listening in the bushes, please drop down and make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you are all following all of our channels, as I know you are. But just in case you're listening in and you're not following us, make sure you follow Aunt Debbie, Chit Chat with QT, and Pink Table Topics. Make sure you turn your bell notifications on so that you won't miss the next time we have our No Cap show. Enjoy your weekend, ladies. Have an amazing
All
rest of your
right.
Friday evening. Go kick your feet up, have you some wine, whatever it is you want to do. Get you some relaxation in, and have a great weekend, y'all.
Yes, have a great weekend. Bye,
Good
everybody.
night. Good night.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone. Have a good
Bye.
night.